welcome, everybody, to another episode of No Balls, No Glory. I'm the one and only, the People's Champ. I'm here by myself for a brief minute. I ain't tell everybody I was hitting that play button already, man, but I'm here for a minute. I'm here for a good time, a lot of long time. I got my boy Game in the building with me. Game, my brother Game.
What's up, dog?
What's up with you, Game?
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I just looked in the chat. I'm sitting there waiting on you to put what time you coming on. You already on.
Man, live and in full effect, baby.
Hey, plug me in. Don't put me in, coach. I'll play.
That's what's up, dog.
Grass
Hey,
on the field. Let's play ball.
Golden State getting they losing by 25 right now, man.
Good.
Very good.
I hope Houston come back and tax their ass.
You ain't the only one that want that to happen, brother.
For real, though.
Yes, sir.
They sit Dylan Brooks down. They might be able to do that shit. Ain't no mic to it.
They got to sit old Phil Brooks down.
Man.
They got to sit that clown down.
Man. I see why they got him away from Morant. He was the bad influence, and Morant didn't do nothing but pick up all them characteristics.
All them bad characteristics, dog. That's what it was. All the bad ones.
Right.
Man, what's going on in your world, dog? Where you at? What city you in?
I'll say Atlanta, but this is not Atlanta. I'm down that way. I had to make sure that Coach Son got taxed. If I catch him, I'm gonna hit him in his eye, right?
you go swing on him, dog.
Hey, he the next one I'm putting in the trunk, dog.
Oh man, that's what's up. Put him in the trunk,
Put
dog.
him in the trunk. Come on, man. You gonna get in willingly or forcefully. Either way, you getting in the trunk.
You getting in this truck by hook or crook.
Man.
You rather try to get in here by hook instead of crook.
Man, you heard me? Because I will ski my ass up. I done went and recruited me some YNs and they ready.
Because when you get in here by crook, it's going to be a problem, young fellas.
It's going to be a problem. And guess what? The YNs don't even like girls.
They on their own thing, ain't they?
They on their own thing. They like both of them. And you is a both of them.
Oh, yeah. They going both routes. The YNs ain't playing with you.
Oh, yeah.
Them YNs is definitely not playing.
They is not playing.
They a member of the community too.
Man.
Them YNs part of that community. A lot of them are part of that little community, dog.
Man. Keep telling these fools.
Man, you be surprised all these little young cats that's going there and stuff. That's going that route, dog.
Yeah.
It's a 30 ball right now, man. 54-24. Golden State is losing to Houston by 30. It's a 30 ball they putting up on them right now, man.
Where you at? You at church again?
No, I'm at the crib, man.
Oh, okay. So I can't get off with no hot ones tonight.
Oh, no, not tonight. I'm going to shoot right back at you, nigga. Yes, sir.
Throw your ball up. Hey, you throw a lemon, I'm going to freeze it and throw it back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't be throwing no lemons over here, Jack. I don't make lemonade.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Dang, it's a lot cracking, boy. You down in, what's the weather like down there, dog?
Nice, man. You know what I mean? It's a good, I just turned my thermostat off. But it was a good 85, 90 degrees today.
Oh, what's the name of down there in Atlanta?
Who there?
Cliff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Cliff, him and his son, they down there and stuff, man.
Yeah, who was his son playing for again? Didn't you say his son got drafted or something?
Cliff's son, the junior, he is the number 3 player in the state of Illinois, the number 2 shortstop in the state of Illinois. I mean, state of Georgia.
Hey, with an
Yeah.
arm like his dad, if he got his daddy arm, he'll be all right.
Oh yeah. He plays shortstop too.
Yeah.
Man, he got around he got around 8 or 9 home runs right about now, man. Doubles.
Mm.
Man.
Hey,
But
it's
see, you
something
gotta look
about
at it
that.
like this though, too. He's 6 foot though. He taller than Cliff was.
Ooh. Cliff brought
He
the tall gene out in it.
Yeah, he taller than Cliff,
Ooh.
dog. So he
See,
taller than old Cliff.
this is what I be saying. And you, Emil, you can contest to this. We do it for our mama. However, we want to be better than our daddy. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
drop.
no doubt about it.
That's the importance of having a competitive father around. Is the boy gonna want to be better than his dad, and that's just that
Oh
on.
man.
And if
Hey,
he
that's
just
just how
so
it
happened
is.
to, he just so happened to climb that mountain, you better look out. Shadua just so happened to climb that mountain in Cleveland. That means he go down in the books higher than his daddy, right?
Yep.
Hey,
So do.
that's the only route he can run to get there.
That's it. That's it.
We all out here, we compete against our fathers. We want to be better than our fathers.
Oh yeah, you know they do.
We don't want to be better than our mama. We want to feed mama. We want to be
Want to
better
be
than our
better than
dad.
the fathers, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how it is, dog.
Not by much. If I get one step better than my daddy, I'm good. That's climbing Jacob's ladder. That's the analogy.
Oh yeah, you got
Take the
to.
next step. Let's take the next step. That's all you got to do. Take the next one. You ain't got to go all the way up them steps by yourself.
You don't. You don't.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So fathers are important.
They are, man. They are the backbone of it, man.
Yeah.
Fathers are critical.
Man.
People don't realize it. They play a critical part
Man.
in the child's life, man. I don't care what nobody say when they say they fathers don't matter. They do matter.
Man. Man. You ain't got to
They
teach.
do matter. People don't realize. They matter, brother. They matter.
And that's the one thing, and no shade against women, but that's the one thing you can't give a boy is that competitive edge to get past you because you're easily passed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we got that competitive gene in us, man.
Yeah. Because most boys can't beat their father in one-on-one basketball till what, 15, 16 years old, maybe
Mm-hmm.
older.
Yep.
Whereas you can get mama at 10 or 11.
Oh yeah, you get mama at a younger age.
Yeah.
Mama low hanging fruit.
Right. Right. Which is not a bad thing. It's just a different dynamic. We're here to take care of her, not beat her.
It's a different cut.
Yeah.
It's a whole different cut.
One of them a porterhouse, the other one is a T-bone. And don't let nobody tell you that's the same cut.
Because they different cuts.
Yeah.
Period, point blank.
And
They're
don't
a
let nobody
whole different cut.
give you a porterhouse with a T-bone in it and call it a porterhouse. Nah, that's a T-bone.
That's it. That's it.
I had a
Don't
motherfucker try to
don't,
do
don't
me that.
confuse you.
I ain't never ate at that steakhouse again. They tried to get me with that. I was like, nah,
Act
that's a
like you don't
T-bone.
act like you don't know your cuts of meat, man.
That got a T in it.
Right. Act like you knew like you a new jack, dog.
Mm-hmm. For real, bro.
Act like you a new jack
But
city, boy.
you'll be surprised at how many don't know. But see, that came from training on my father, taking me out. This
Yeah.
is this is that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Come on, son. We going to eat steak.
We're finna go get us some steak. Get us a nice steak
Right.
and chop it up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna carry me a steak. Hey, I'm finna go get me a nice little steak. I'm finna lean back.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing.
That's what. That's what.
Like my boy say, ain't nobody tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing, dog.
Man, I just walked out of the store, man. They had so much bleach in that store. I'm still smelling it in my nose.
Dang. Family Dollar type stuff?
Nah, Speedway. Like, dang. Way too much bleach. I still shouldn't be smelling it after I done walked out of there, and I'm drinking coffee. I've been out of there 10 minutes. Thank God for the nose hairs. Keep it from burning my brain.
Right. Oh, yeah. Man,
Oh,
the
they got it
nose.
smelling good. Don't get me wrong. They got it smelling good. It's just too much of it.
Just way too much of it, huh?
Yeah. You can make chicken smell good, but then bite into it and it got too much seasoning on it. Ugh.
Oh, man, yes. Man, we finna jump off into it. We just sending out this last little invite. Hey, man, I'm thinking about, oh, man, we owe somebody, man. I can't go, oh, man, he been running. One day we gonna catch him.
Oh,
Myron Blockton.
man, look, I ain't, let a sleeping dog lie, bro.
I know, man.
If I'm doing nothing right now, I'm showing that you can pay somebody by simply taking your time and getting to it. Just make sure you paid it.
And communicate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But see, everybody wasn't raised like that though, bro.
Man, man.
Hey, people cut from different cloths, man.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing about life is you can't ever, what people don't realize, and we can move away from him, just in general. What people don't
Right.
realize, life goes in seasons. Winter, spring, summer, fall. You gonna
Mm-hmm.
come around the corner, so I never have to chase you. And that goes for everything. All I gotta do is wait it out and live, and we gonna bump into each other again.
We will cross each other's paths.
Man,
That's the law of gravity, the law of nature, man.
that's the law.
That is the law, brother.
Man, the law of nature. You hit it on point.
Law of nature. We will cross each other.
Man, that's even with separating from a friend. Like, how many years were we separated, and then the law of nature brought us back together?
Oh, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, man.
That means
It
it
brought
just
us.
simply wasn't the season. But when the season came, boom, right there.
Yep. Hey, man, I was just looking today. Mike Trout left the game injured. Man, Mike Trout ain't been the same, dog.
Yo.
Well, look, 33 in baseball years is considered old, dog. You know that?
Yeah, yeah,
He he
yeah.
he he hit 173. He got 9 home runs. He's tied for third in Major League Baseball with 9.
Uh-huh.
He got 18 RBIs. He tied for 30th with that,
Right.
but he hit 173.
Ooh,
Hey, man,
ooh.
that ain't
That's what
that
that's what
ain't
hurt.
that. And then he went from playing center field. They moved Mike Trout to right field, man.
Yeah, that tells you they step slower.
Yeah,
At the professional level, can you hide a person in right field now?
no, man, the way people hit the ball all over the field, you cannot hide them nowhere in the
Right,
outfield, dog.
right. Only thing you can do is keep the bat in and DH it.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all you can do, man.
It ain't like when we came up and you can hide a person in right field.
Yep, you can't hide them in right field no more, man.
Yeah.
You can't hide them in right field no more, man.
Right,
That's the sad thing. We got
right.
CC, the first lady that fell in the gig.
I
See,
ain't know we had started.
Me neither. I just so happened to push the button, First Lady. I was like, I told him too. Like, man, you didn't put in the chat what time.
Sure didn't. Normally you're real good for that one.
let me put in here. We on now.
Mm-hmm.
He did that on purpose.
Wait a minute. Wait, are you at church again?
That's the first thing I asked him.
I know you was
Like,
waiting
he
on
must
that.
be at church. He gonna try to broadcast so we can't go in on it.
Right, because you sound a little mellow.
I'm
Right.
still gonna be mellow, man.
Lies.
No, he ain't. He cussed me
I
out
am.
right after he told her he wasn't in. I know he found out he wasn't in there. Don't believe that.
No, I just said, no, nigga. So
See
you
what
can't
I'm
get
saying?
loose tonight. That's the only thing I said.
See? Never ignorant getting goals accomplished. I am a nigga. Look out, love.
Man, what you say? Look out, love.
I'm talking to my dog.
West 10 in the building.
See?
Yeah,
Wes,
what's going
Wes,
on?
you ain't know we was on, did you?
Huh?
You didn't know we was on, did you?
Not necessarily, goddamn it. I thought I had about 30 more minutes, but yeah. Because I'm usually, I'm usually early. Well, on time, but early. But anyway, what's going on, y'all? People Champ, what to do, man?
He was trying to dodge that smoke tonight because he ain't put in the chat what time he was opening the room.
Oh, yeah. It's all good, man.
You
People
know,
Champ, how to look it down there in Peoria?
Man, oh man. It was a little rainy today.
Raining? Oh,
Yep, rainy a little bit. What's the weather like down in Nashville in the Ville? I'm in Memphis.
in the J-Town. You. Hey, it's goddamn, it's a nice day, man. It was beautiful, man. That day is some yard work, man. Flowers and shit, here.
Oh yeah.
Got my green thumb on today, man, a little bit.
as you should.
West Green Thumb in it, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
I plan
For
on
y'all.
doing that one next week. I got some time off. Get my flower garden together, throw my flowers in there, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Green thumb it too, boy. Ain't nothing like the green thumb, baby.
Hey, that's the
Yeah,
only
but
time a man can play in dirt. You know what I mean? Don't ever talk. You got to get tired of playing in dirt.
other time
Oh,
you get
hey, god damn, man.
other time
Twin
you get
going ham.
other time you get dirt. That's when next time you play in is when they throw it on you.
Man, you heard me?
What you say, Wes?
They ain't throwing no dirt on me. I'm being cremated.
You say there it is, huh?
I know.
Hey, that dude Joe Odell. Joe Odell is the center fielder for the Los Angeles Angels, and he is he's the guy that's out in center field. Black guy, man, little brother, man. He's 26, 6'2", 215, man. But he hitting 185, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. So he ain't doing too much neither. So safe to say, needless to say, the Angels they got trouble in the camp, man.
Early season struggles.
Yeah, it's still early though. You were right about that. It's still early.
Baseball is a sport where you can be a failure and win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That's the only sport that's like that, where failing is a positive thing.
Yep. It had you changed the whole narrative by failing.
Right.
Update, Houston 74, Warriors 47.
Yeah, I stopped watching the game in the first quarter.
Hey, where else can you go get 4 out of 10 and be called great?
Hey man, nowhere else, brother.
Nowhere else, boy, I tell you.
Nowhere else, man.
3 out of 10, you amazing. 4 out of 10, you great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we got some games that's on tonight. 76-49 halftime. The Rockets and the Warriors. 76-49. Rockets and Warriors at the half.
See y'all back in the Bay.
Steph Curry got 11. Sengun has 12. It ain't over with. I mean, it's not over with.
Unless the refs actually start calling a even game, it's over.
No, you don't think it's an even game being called right now?
Not. It hasn't been. It hasn't been an even game called all series. There's been an even game called all series. There's it's like either let them play or don't let them play. But I'm sorry. The jumping at Steph and the mauling him at 3-point shots, going to the hole, and he don't shoot free throws. It's just ridiculous.
Hey man, they been ripping them motherfucking ass today, man. Cuz ain't been getting up. He ain't been getting up like that much today, goddamn. First lady.
Who ain't been getting up?
Steph, he ain't been getting up that much this ass. They been ripping, man. That twin nigga been ripping his ass, man.
No, I mean that's happened too,
A couple times.
That's happened too, but there was the 2 telling plays in that first quarter. Steph had 2 people jumping him shooting a 3. Both of them fell into him. It wasn't a foul called on the 3-point shot. Goes down the end. He barely touches somebody and they blow the whistle.
Yeah, I can't even put it all on Steph though, man. They got a good little zone.
I'm not putting.
They got a good zone. Now you right, first lady, but I'm just saying.
I'm not putting it out on Steph, but when I see calls like that happen in a game, I see where the referees are going. We need a game 6.
I say to me,
that style of basketball though.
But to me, I seen like y'all they demeanor coming in was like oh, we gonna win at home. It ain't like because they wasn't matching. They wasn't matching their intensity. Cause you know that nigga
See,
down 3-1, they finna come out fighting with all
thi-
they got. You at least
this is
want to match their intensity if you plan on winning.
this
And
is
they
like a
really just
throwaway
came in,
game.
just yeah. That's how they came in.
It's
Like
a
we'll win this
throwaway
motherfucker
game
at
for
home.
Golden State, man. They playing with house money tonight, man. So they expected to win game 6 at home, man. Now they get back to home in game 6 and Houston end up still in game 6. Then it gets interesting, game 7 in
Yeah.
Houston. It gets interesting. But speaking of game 6s and 7s, man, we had some closeouts last night. The Pacers closed out the Bucks.
You got that? You got the fight?
Oh man, the Giannis
The argument.
oh yeah.
Hey man, hey, people, champ,
What's up,
people,
Wes?
champ.
Yeah.
I just want to put something out there, man. You know, motherfucker heard about that little scuffle and shit, but it been slick downplayed all day. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't see it live, you really would. You know what I'm saying? If I was just gonna say, look, man, if that was, let me say, if that was John Daddy, boy, that shit would have been on billboards everywhere today.
Oh,
I'm just gonna tell you.
No,
You
it
know what I'm
was.
saying? It would have been on billboards everywhere today.
No, it was
It was
everywhere.
all over the news, man.
And
It was all over all sports shows, man.
it was
Giannis, Tyrese Halliburton's dad getting up in Giannis's face, man.
It was the lead on every show.
Halliburton, his son killed him though for the game winner.
Yeah.
He killed him.
That ain't enough though.
What?
No, that ain't enough though.
But the thing is though, this is you just lost an emotional series, lost by the last shot, and you know you got all type of emotions going on. Somebody come up in your face and
first of all, the person
it ain't no somebody. Say this man daddy. Say the star player father. Don't say somebody like it was just a kid or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying though, dog. So it could be anybody. Shit, it don't have to be Halliburton's dad. Anybody come in your face, man. After you took a heartbreaking loss, man. You don't want to hear that stuff, man. But
no, but it ain't about not wanting to hear it. It's what he said.
I think motherfucker sitting in the chair.
What did he say? What did he say?
He was going off on Giannis. He told Giannis F him and was cussing at Giannis. And the problem that a couple people pointed out is the Pacers security needs to be checked. Because father or no father, nobody's supposed to be able to get that close to the other team like that.
It ain't the play. It's the league overall. It ain't just they shit. It's the league overall. They got to step their game up with this shit.
You're right, Wes. What I'm saying is that the Pacers, in this situation, the Pacers security, they failed in that aspect. Tyrese Halliburton, his daddy was only supposed to be able to go towards his son. He shouldn't have been going nowhere else.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been going nowhere else.
It don't matter you the dad or the mama. You shouldn't be allowed. You should be allowed to go backstage with your son. I mean, look.
We saw what we just saw. I don't believe this. This is incredible. Wow. Indiana's moving into the second round for the second consecutive season. For the first time since 2011 through 2014 when they did it 3 consecutive times. That is, I've been a part of 3 consecutive times since 2011 through 2014 when they.
This is Halliburton's mom right here, y'all.
I'm trying to see what dad
I
is.
was
Man.
I was
This is
I ain't worried
dad.
about mom.
okay.
He was wondering what?
I'm trying to see what dad did. I ain't even really seen this shit. I just heard about it.
That is, I've been a part of some crazy endings.
It seems like the young folks classy about the shit. I don't know how this old lad
The
did.
8-0 run occurred, Greg, in the last 35 seconds.
Everybody know how
That is just a
Draymond ain't that type
shocking
nigga,
way
man. He
to
ain't got no
win and lose a
Draymond
basketball
Green.
game.
Tyrese Halliburton is doing. But listen, the entire team played and made some plays. TJ was outstanding, I thought. Was able to get some. Oh, they still trying to clean it up. We got Antetokounmpo, we got Mathurin, and we got all kinds
To win and
Now I was looking at Mathurin and Giannis.
lose
Look
a
at this
basketball
right
game.
here.
Tyrese Halliburton is doing. But listen, the entire
I
team
think that's the
played
wrong one.
and made.
Why was he putting them around? You can't grab another man behind his head like that, dog.
Right.
And I think he was looking at the wrong. That's the wrong thing with him and his daddy.
No, but
That wasn't it.
That
but
wasn't
I'm
it.
just
That couldn't have been it. Because his dad
Right.
had a Halliburton, had his son jersey on, didn't
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna find that one too. Bro.
way to
But
win
this is
and
what
lose a
got me
basketball
right
game.
here.
Tyrese
though.
Halliburton is doing. But listen, the entire team played and made some plays. TJ was outstanding, I thought. Was able to get some. Oh, they still trying to clean it up. We got Antetokounmpo, we got Mathurin, and we got all kind of guys out here in the middle of this. The security's there,
Look at that right there. He get into it with.
and they're trying. It's Kevin Porter Jr. I mean, yeah, they're trying to get him out of there. They're trying to get Mathurin out of there.
I got it.
They're just trying to make sure they get him out of there. They're trying to get Mathurin out. It's a little bit of everybody. There's some disappointment, I'm sure, on the part of the Bucks. But the Pacers did a good job, and they're just trying to make sure you get guys in the proper position. Need to celebrate the victory.
There you go. The last one I just put up.
Hey man, but we got to talk about that one though, man.
So put the one with his daddy up a little bit so you can see.
So he got into it with somebody else on the team too.
Yeah.
He got into
Tried
it
to
with
look
Madden.
boy that dude, man. He was on that nigga head like he was an infant.
Hey, man, I'm with you. Hey, man, you can't put your hand behind my head, nigga. You crazy.
Cuz dad started that shit. Cuz been like this soaking in that hill.
Hey, man.
Man.
You know what? The thing is, man, like I say, you emotional after the game and stuff. They closed you out. I was gonna say, Jan, hey, at some in a loss like that, you just dart to the locker room, man. But
That's
I know, but the new NBA hugging each other, man, and I mean,
Jersey change.
Yeah, you right. You right.
Hey, the old school NBA, something like that happened, man. Jordan them off the court, man.
Right.
I know damn well the Pistons off the court.
These Negroes want to hang out and exchange jerseys and take pictures.
Yes.
Get the hell out
And
of here.
guess what? The whole time though, they slick don't like this nigga in real life. Cause this nigga's the reason why they can't get where they want to go.
Exactly.
In some cases, I'm telling you, man. That's why I get there at times. I'm telling you, man.
Both them Negroes from foreign countries, they really don't like each other.
Nope.
And the problem I had with the whole thing was like Tyrese had his moment. He had his moment, and because
they fucked it up with it.
The league, the players have voted Tyrese Halliburton as the most overrated player in the NBA.
Most overrated?
Yes, the players.
Damn.
They voted overrated, right? So he has the dunk that sends them to overtime, and then he scores on Giannis in the closing seconds of overtime to seal the victory. So he's celebrating. He had this little Kobe moment standing on top of the thing, celebrating, and by the time he gets to the press conference, he got to apologize for his daddy's actions instead of actually
being questioned about his shot.
Now, this is the question. Now, what happens to his dad? Do you kick him out or suspend him for a game, or do you revoke his? Do you revoke his courtside seats?
It ain't just his dad. It's all you got to make it for everybody. All gotta have restraint.
You regulate him to the family club room at the ring. That's what you do.
Not just him, everybody.
But it's kind of hard telling the star player of the team that your family, your dad is not allowed at the game.
No, I say not allowed him at the game. He got to go to the family room.
I'm just saying it's hard kind of trying to tell somebody that they not allowed at the game. And
but after the game won, man, the players on the floor, that's his job. That ain't his dad's job. That's what they do to celebrate. They shouldn't be allowed on the floor like that.
That's what I'm talking about, West End. These daddies and mamas and them too damn close to the court. Right.
That close to the court. That ain't bad close to the court, but on the court, hell no.
T Morant ass on the court all the time.
But let me tell you why I say
he be court side.
No, T be on the court. Stop that, Wes. Stop that, Wes.
But this is why I say they too close. Because you mixing alcohol with people that's irrational. What if your mama's sitting there and somebody throws something from the upper deck and it hit her in the head and split her head open? Right. Then
somebody can hit her from. She can get hit from anywhere. She can be a couple of back and get hit.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they don't need to be down there. They need to be in a box, a booth, somewhere. Give them access after the game, after everybody get out of there. Right. They put them in harm's way by putting them down there, because you never know who knows who they are and gonna say something smart and do something ignorant to one of them players' parents. And then you're gonna have a player lose his job because he's gonna go crazy and he's gonna turn somebody's ass up.
Who mama was that? Who mama and wife was that? Was that Chris Paul?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, mama and wife.
And they weren't even they were sitting behind the courtside seats.
Yep.
You remember when LeBron mama rushed the floor? When LeBron was he was in Cleveland. I think that was his rookie year. And the fight was about to break out and his mama ran out there. You remember that?
Yep.
So that's been an ongoing thing. Like you should never have people that like the parents are invested in their child and their child only. So they should never be that close. They should never be that close.
I know Steph and Draymond's family they high. They not sitting on the floor. They're higher up.
Yeah, you guys sit them in the box, man. Immediate family. Now if it's cousin, if it's cousin Lil Willie them, let Lil Willie them sit on the court side, because somebody throws something at Lil Willie them go end up throwing them hands and get locked up. Hey, that's what they gonna do, man. But mama and daddy, wife, kids, they in the booth, man. They in the box.
Right.
Put them in the box, man. As simple as that.
One thing you never saw was when Kobe was playing. You never saw his kid and his wife sitting courtside.
No,
At least
you
I
never
don't
saw
remember
that.
ever seeing. You would see them down there before the game start. Then after the game, you didn't see them sitting courtside.
Mm-mm. And then the other game is the Celtics and the Magic. The Celtics and the Magic, they finished that series and everything. And Celtics 120-89 for them to close it out. Now, Boston is waiting on the winner of the Pistons and Knicks, right? And the Pacers got to go to Cleveland, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The Pacers play Cleveland.
Cleveland got a problem on their hands.
With the Pacers?
Cleveland got a problem on their hands. The Pacers are not the Miami Heat. They can score.
The Pacers can't. The Pacers can put the ball in the bucket.
They can
Ain't no
score.
lie about that.
Defense sometimes. Defense can get a little suspects, and also OKC gonna have a problem on their hands. OKC is gonna have a problem on their hands because whoever wins that Denver Clipper series, OKC gonna have to play some ball for real.
They're gonna have to.
They're going to play some ball for real because it's not gonna be as easy. And I think that was Game said last night. They need to do away with the play-in.
Yeah,
They do. They
They
do.
need to do away with the play-in. The Western Conference proves the play-in is unnecessary because the Western Conference
too.
Huh?
The East did too.
No, you're right. As far as like the 10 seed, they ain't had no business being in there. But when I say the Western Conference proves it is not necessary, the Western Conference is so tight. They didn't need a play-in scenario to try to play harder to get into the playoffs.
Right.
Legitimate without a play-in tournament, 6 or 5 through I want to say 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the thick of it, separated by like 2 games, and up until the last 2 weeks of the season, we're fighting for playoff spots.
Fighting for playoff positioning.
Like the teams 5 through, I want to say 8, could not lose a game. One loss dropped you into the play-in. One loss dropped you into the play-in. The only reason why the Warriors and the Rockets are playing right now is because the Warriors lost to the Clippers the last game. Otherwise, it'll be the Warriors and the Lakers playing right now. And the Clippers would have fell into the play-in.
Yep.
That was it. And we're not talking about teams who were losing 4 or 5 games in a row. You're talking about losing 1 game knocked you from 4 down to 6 or 4 down to 7. So
the West has always been like that, though.
Right.
The West has always been a dog fight.
So why? Tell me.
Year after year.
So tell me, why did we need a play-in to make people play harder? The West never needed that.
Right. No, they need to value the league more and make these dudes play.
Yes.
If you take away that damn play-in scenario and say, hey, top 6 going, these fools are going to have to play. They're not going to be able to go through all that bullshit.
After that low management stuff. That's why they got to play in. Because they know a lot of teams going to be sitting people out 15, 20 games for low management, man.
Well, y'all took away the postseason awards. You have to play 65 games to qualify for them. That should be enough.
Right.
That should be enough because the play-in, what end up happening, you get the Miami Heat, who had no business in the playoff, were able to win 2 games and got the AC and did not need to be in the playoffs. Then you had the Warriors and Memphis have to play-in games just to end up in the same spot that they were in. But Memphis suffers an injury to their star player. makes him compromise in the play-in game and compromise for the start of the first round of the playoffs, and you get sloppy play.
Well, how about this, man? You just do away with the play-in and
Go
everything,
back to 1 through 8.
or how about this? Just do it like they should do it in the NFL, man. The 16 best teams make the playoffs. It don't matter if you're from the East, from the West. I mean, I do it. I see why they do it because of travel reasons and everything. But you want the best. You want to see the best of the best in the playoffs. You don't want to see nobody just limping
cool with
in.
the East. I'm cool with the East versus West. It was fine when it was 1 through 8 on both sides. That was perfectly fine.
But y'all know they do. It's a money grab. That's all it is. Give you them extra couple games. That's a money grab, man. They know with them 4 playing with them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with them 6 to 8 playing games. I think it's 6. It's 6 total and everything. With them playing games, you know you can generate anywhere upwards to another $40 to $50 million on just them playing games alone.
Yeah, but also you got to look at the teams that play in the play-in game. They spent by the time the playoffs start.
Yeah, because
what's the purpose?
Because they waste all their energy and stuff.
I mean, seriously,
in the playoffs.
What's the purpose if because you had a play-in game, right? Ja Morant gets hurt in the play-in game. Now, Ja Morant is not at full strength for the playoff series. And then eventually gets hurt in the playoff series. Now, one of your pivotal stars
is out
of that team is hurt, so people ain't going to watch.
But see, the thing is, though, you risk, every time you step on that court, you risk injury. Just like every time you step on that football field, you risk injury and stuff. So
yeah, but it's one thing. It's one thing when you're risking injury for
when it counts.
When it's an actual playoff game, right? But I got hurt in a play-in game, and then also it's not fair. It's not fair to the 8 seed team that they're the only team that don't get 4 days to prepare.
But this is the thing that y'all failing to realize, man. And Game always talk about it. It's about their bottom line.
It's the bottom line.
It's the bottom line because you got these teams that's playing in the play-in game. Okay, they in the play-in game and they make the playoffs. It don't matter if they get eliminated in the first round or they win the championship. They go get a cut of the playoff proceeds. They getting a cut of it. That's some extra money that's going to the owners. So
that's extra money, but then don't they also lose their lottery pick, the chance to go into the thing to get a lottery pick?
Yep.
So what's the purpose? I would tell my team, fold. Fuck the money. We already not finna win that shit because we way the fuck. I don't have the right pieces because I'm way back here.
But that's us talking. But we talking about this owner. If this owner get an extra $150 million by his team being in the playoffs.
Right. Fuck that lottery pick.
Hey, they only give a damn about that lottery pick. Hey, we get an extra $150 million for our team just being in the playoffs, being one of the 8 final teams in the playoffs, one of the final 16 teams. So hell no, fuck that lot.
That's another generation I get to take care of.
Exactly. That owner saying the hell with that lottery pick, man. Hey, we want to try to make this 16 team playoffs so we can get this bread. Hey, that's what it is, man. Even what I read is even when the NBA finals and those proceeds in there, the teams that made the playoff get a cut of the NBA finals revenue too. Long as you make the playoffs, you get a cut all the way into the finals. What I read, man.
Oh, okay. See, that's a whole different. That's a whole different. So the owners won't vote that out.
No, hell no, they ain't gonna vote that out, man. Because hey, if I'm one of these 16 teams in here, Hey, man, I don't even got to play in the finals, and I'm still a champion because I'm getting some
Right.
of that.
Not only that, I'll take that $100 million, and now I can offer somebody a contract.
There you go. I'm getting some of that NBA Finals revenue, and we got eliminated the first round of the playoffs.
Right. And in the NBA, do the money trickle down to all of the players that ever played within the organization like it do baseball?
No, it just the ones on the roster, and I want to say it trickles down to like people in the organization and stuff too.
Okay.
But yeah, hey man, you can't beat. Hey man, that owner looking like I get an extra 150, close to 200 some $1 million just by a team just being the one of the 16. Hey man, I ain't worried about that draft pick.
Right. I wouldn't be either.
But hey,
now that gives Miami the money to go get Kevin Durant.
Yep. That gives them money. Hey, we got an extra 150 right here. We can go and throw that to KD and stuff. Lock him up for 4 years. 4 years, 150, and hey, we said.
Right, ain't even got to raise ticket prices.
Hey, everybody can get that same hot dog for $11. They don't got to pay $13 for the hot dog. They're gonna still continue to pay $11 for the hot dog. Hey man, but the Celtics look good last night on the Magic, man. Getting back to the Celtics, man. They looking like they ready to make that run, and I think whoever went between the Pistons and the Knicks, hey, the Pistons gonna be a problem, man. Because if the Pistons win this game tomorrow night, oh my God,
what do y'all think
about trouble?
What do y'all think about the ending of that Knicks game?
Oh man,
Knicks was in trouble when the series started on who they had to play. Period.
Yeah,
because of what Thibodeau did. I can see why he did what he did.
He gonna probably have to pay a fine.
Why?
They're gonna probably fine him.
For what?
What'd he do?
Was that what he said? Was that the post game?
No. So at the end of the game, like around the 3 or 4 minute mark of the game, on the same play, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart both got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Brunson rolled his ankle. I forgot what happened to Josh Hart. He was on the ground. So he had 2 timeouts left, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he had to burn one of his timeouts to get them out the game.
Right.
And they were up. They go out the game, and Cade Cunningham goes nuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it gets down to 2 minutes. The 2 minute mark, it's a 3-point. It's like a 2 or 3 point game. They still up. Josh Hart and Brunson are okay now. They at the scorers table. Because of the way that they're calling fouls and the games are close and everything like that, Thibodeau didn't want to burn his last time out just in case he needed it to advance the ball. Mm-hmm. So he waiting for a stoppage of play, a foul call. It gets all the way down to like 50 seconds before something happens to be able to get them back in the game. And they had a foul to give. So they could have fouled somebody just to get them 2 in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was fussing at Tibbs misused his timeout.
I thought he said something in the press conference and stuff that
no.
Because I know they wasn't happy with the I know they wasn't happy with the officiating the Knicks was, man.
He said it was he said that not calling that timeout was a coach's decision.
Yeah. But
idea. Kick the damn ball out of bounds.
That's it.
It's a way to make it happen. Throw that ball off of one of their players, let it go out.
That's it. Or dribble right to the corner where they gonna come and try to press you, try to trap you, throw it off their leg, and then boom, there you have it.
There you go. That's called the IQ of the game. A lot of players don't have that IQ. They don't know what to do in that situation.
That's it. Just like you do in baseball, you have situational baseball. You got to have situational basketball too, man.
Right.
But whoever win that series, man, between the Knicks and the Pistons, man, I don't know, man. Boston is looking like they trying to gear up for another run at it and stuff, man. And put it like this: that Pacers and Cavaliers series, I think that's gonna probably go around 6 or 7, man. That got a chance of going 6 and 7. The Celtics and whoever win, because I think if the Pistons win,
it's going 7.
That's gonna go 7.
It's going 7 because both teams are physical, and both teams are not going to allow Boston to get comfortable from that 3-point line. If Boston can't shoot threes and hit them, the games get closer. Series lasts a little longer. They only have quick series when they don't. The reason why Orlando was not able to win more than one game is because Orlando can't shoot. They have no shooters. They can't shoot. And that's not the case. That's not the case with the Knicks or the Pistons. The Pistons got shooters.
3:30, 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Beasley is one of the highest. I think shoots the highest percentage from 3 in the NBA.
Malik Beasley.
Malik Beasley he shoots like 46% or something like that. Something ridiculous from 3-point range right now. And Cade Cunningham could put it in there. You got Schroeder. You got guys that can actually shoot that you can't just leave open.
Yeah.
So
you got the other Thompson twin.
Yeah.
Who wrecking havoc up there too.
You got the other Thompson twin over there, and then if it's the Knicks, Brunson, Mr. Clutch. You got.
Did they shut Jaden Ivey down for the rest of the season?
I don't know.
Unless he go play the next series, if they happen to make it to the next series. But you got Tobias Harris. Man, they doing their thing, man. Hey, that Pistons team, man. Hey, that group ain't bad, man.
So yeah, those series are definitely going. Like the second round is gonna be. It's gonna be more entertaining than the first round because you're not gonna have any cakewalks. You ain't gonna have any. I don't think you're gonna have any 5-game series. I think everything in the second round is gonna fix.
And Karl Anthony Towns, man, he gonna have to have a superstar type game, man. I don't see that dog in Karl Anthony Towns.
Then they tell you that Karl Anthony Towns ain't a dog, get cat.
What is you talking about?
He's a cat.
Yeah. He's a cat.
Man, pussycat, man.
I don't think it's too many that disagree with you, man.
So, and I take back what I used to say. I said that he needs to play with his back to the drug ticket the hole. No, he can't. He don't. His footwork is lousy in the paint.
Hey man,
and that's why Minnesota traded him because his footwork. He's been in the league too long to still have that type of footwork.
His footwork is bad. His footwork is lousy when he go in the paint.
He ain't got no footwork because his big doofy ass want to shoot threes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, his back to the basket is horrible, dog.
Big country ass down in the paint.
Hey man, let's talk about our last game, the Nuggets and Clippers. Nuggets 131-115. Jamal Murray went crazy last night.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray had 43.
Okay.
Kawhi had 29 and 11.
Okay. I didn't watch. I watched some little clips of it. I didn't look at the box scores. What did James Harden have?
James Harden had 11.
What did I say?
James Harden had 11. He was 0 for 2 for 3, and he was 3 for 9 from the field.
What game was that?
This was game 5.
Okay. What?
No, you usually say game 6.
It started game 5. It started game 5. It started game 5. Your window with them is you got to be up 3-1 and able to close it out in game 5. You cannot go into a game 6. Denver will win this series.
Say, First Lady, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Harden is a 6-man by nature. You keep making him start when he is a fucking 6-man.
I've been saying that for decades, game, and everybody look at me like I'm crazy when I say it.
Yeah, because of the points he put up. But it's like, dude, he'll get them same points coming off the bench.
I'm gonna tell you what helped him last night, though, man. Russell Westbrook had that 21 off the bench, man.
Yep.
Russell Westbrook is what wheeled them in that game last night.
Good. It ain't been a game. It ain't been a game this year. Russell scored 20 and they lost. Goddamn it. I don't believe.
Man,
and
Russell
also,
wheeled them with 25.
Yes, that all of that is fine and dandy and great. But if James Harden puts up what if people say James Harden numbers, the Clippers could have won the game.
Like when you get there, you gotta nah, you're not starting tonight. You 6-man.
James Harden is 4 games strong.
That's it.
He's 4 games strong. The first 4 games, he come out the gate, guns blazing. He's 4 games strong. Around game 5, he starts to fade. Unless it's a series lead.
What about the claw?
The claw.
Hey, he had 20 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. He's 1 rebound away from a triple-double. But Jokic,
the claw, as long as he's healthy, he is a monster to deal with.
Jokic had 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists. He had a triple-double, but Jokic didn't have to lead them in scoring last night.
And I've said that too about Jokic. Jokic, when he scores 30 or more, and he's not on triple-double watch. That's when you can beat the Nuggets. The most dangerous Jokic is when he has a triple-double and it's low scoring. That's the most dangerous one because he's picking you apart at that point.
A lot of people say Jokic should be the back-to-back MVP this year over Shea. Because Jokic did average, he had a 30, he averaged close to 30. He averaged a triple-double this whole season. 30 points basically, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists.
The one time he statistically actually
do he repeat as the MVP or do they give it to Shea?
They're gonna give it to Shea. They're gonna give it to Shea. Should Shea get it? No, it should be Jokic.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna tell you.
Because on top of he averaged a triple-double.
Hey, let me tell you what this reminds. Hey, you're right. Because this reminds me of Lamar and Josh Allen. Lamar had better numbers this year than he did last year when he won the MVP, and they still gave the MVP to Josh Allen. So
because they're never going to come out and tell you because it's a media voted award. But the media is never going to come out and tell you that the reason why they're not giving it to Lamar Jackson is because he hasn't gotten to the Super Bowl, even though it's a regular season award.
Right.
But the thing with Jokic though,
and they're just supposed to be looking at that season. But what they do is they carry it. They look at how far he got last season, and what they look. No.
This should be a player. The MVP should be a players and coaches vote. Take it out the media hands. Put it on the players and coaches, man. And if you put it on the players and coaches, they would agree, because the last person that averaged a triple-double a season for the whole season was Russell Westbrook. And correct me if I'm wrong, he won the MVP that year.
The first year he did. Westbrook has done it several times.
Averaged a triple-double.
He's averaged a triple-double several times. The first year he did it because because nobody did it since Big O. Even though the Thunder were like a 6 seed, they gave him the award.
So that just goes to Jokic should get the award, right?
Jokic should get the award, but like they never. It's just crazy. They give it to, like, the first time Jokic won the MVP, he shouldn't have gotten it because he only got it because he was one of the most, because he didn't miss games that year after COVID. He didn't miss games that year. He played the most games. They don't never give it to the most valuable player. They never actually give it. I honestly think that
they averaged 32 for the number one team in the NBA, who had the best record in the NBA.
But see, that's the thing about it is, they give the award to like to Shai because his team has the best record in the NBA. But that his team having the best record in the NBA is not because of Shai, because his team.
Yeah, and then you go back like with Jordan. Jordan should have won several more MVPs than what he won.
Kobe should have won more MVPs than what he won.
He should have won.
LeBron.
Kobe got robbed out them MVPs Steve Nash got. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He got robbed. Them LeBron. Both them MVPs Steve Nash got should have been Kobe's MVP. Period. Point blank. And then you got to look at it like this. When Michael Jordan led the whole league in scoring, all defensive team, everything. And who they get the MVP award to? Karl Malone. And that's what put fuel in his fire and stuff. He wanted to just give it to Utah because he said Karl Malone shouldn't have won the MVP. I should have won it. I should have won it again because
they don't give it. I personally look. I don't think that the MVP should be based off of your team's record. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the MVP should be based off of your team's record because that's your team. If your team has a winning record, it's not just because of you. It's other people.
Yeah.
Okay, baby. It's other people on your team that contribute to y'all having a winning record, not just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if you take you off of the team. Okay, Zaire. Okay.
You gotta take but that's what I think though, man. I think Jokic gonna probably get snubbed, and he probably shouldn't. But I mean, hey, you never had a co-MVP in basketball. That would be interesting if they split the votes down the middle and say, hey, we got a co-MVP. That would be something different. Yeah. Whack. I actually thought it was whack when they split it with Steve McNair and Peyton Manning.
Hey.
That shit whack.
Hey, Steve McNair, hands down, should have been the lone MVP that year. But they had to give it to him too, man. Steve McNair had a hell of a season that year, man.
I had to give it to Eddie Murphy, didn't it?
It's kind of impossible to have an MVP type season and your team not have a winning record.
Yeah.
That's kind of impossible to do.
And
nothing's 100%, but it's kind of impossible to do.
And you know when they gave that MVP award to Karl Malone instead of Jordan, the Bulls was number 2 in the East, and the Jazz was number 1 in the West. I don't know how big of a difference that is, but the Bulls were the number 1 seed in the East. It was the Knicks that was the number 1 team in the East.
Keep in mind, if you go back and if you can remember, they were saying that they were going to give it to Karl Malone to flourish the league. That they all knew it should have went to Mike. But they were going to give it to Karl Malone just to spread it out. Because nobody was going to eat. Nobody was going to eat on Mike watch. Period. Meaning nobody was going to get MVP but Mike. So you had to.
And you got to look at it too. Look at Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds should have won way more MVPs than them 7 he won.
Hey, champ.
Uh-huh.
Go look up the year that Jokic won it in 2020, 2021.
Uh-huh.
Look up and see who the leading scorer of the league was that year.
In 2020, 2021?
Yeah, 2020, 21, yeah.
I can tell you who was the leading scorer in the NBA. It was Steph Curry.
Look at his numbers versus Jokic.
It was Steph numbers, man. Steph was the leading scorer in the MVP in 2021. Yeah, it was Steph.
That award, all awards should be voted on by players. The media shouldn't be in control of nothing.
But running a damn mouth. That's it.
Hey, the media shouldn't have no votes in nothing, man.
Right.
Nothing.
Because
that all it takes is somebody from the media get pissed off at the athlete and they do them in with voting and stuff because they pissed off at it. They mad at it.
Right. Or you get this, an anonymous source says this, and they run with it.
Hey, and that's they want to game an anonymous source.
It needs to be, if that source don't put their name by it, we don't even want it. Put your name on it. Put your stamp on it. Hey,
like that anonymous source said that they didn't like Shedeur and everything, and they wouldn't go pick him and everything. That was an anonymous. Hey, if you a man, stand on what you saying and stuff, man.
Right.
Don't be anonymous. Stand on it. Hey, man, then the last game
for all you know, the anonymous source was Shedeur. Because he might have been trying to not get drafted at all. Then he can go to the team he wants to and sign as an undrafted free agent.
Yep.
Think about it. It's a game to play. Play the game. You can use that anonymous source to your advantage.
You can. Then the last game of the night is the Lakers and the T-Wolves, Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Last game of the night, man. I don't know. That's a hard one to call, man.
The Lakers and the Timberwolves.
I think the Lakers win this one, and then they gonna have. I don't know. You got them old legs, man, and I forgot which one of y'all said it. As the deep, I think Coach Corey said it. The deeper the playoff series run, them legs get a little bit more weary and shaky. The old playoff legs get weary and shaky.
Hey, champ.
Yeah.
That first clip I put in there, I wanted you to play that. I ran across that as John Gruden. If we gonna take it to the NFL.
I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of the Steelers, man. Hell no, I'm not gonna play that shit. I'm not gonna play that. Cause you wanna pop up your little funky ass Ohio State quarterback.
I just thought it was a nice take on from John Gruden. You don't say too much, huh?
John Gruden is the quarterback whisperer, but then we want to talk about Howard. I hate Howard.
Okay, I mean I know you salty because they beat your Irish, but let it go.
I'm pissed that they beat my Irish. We should have won that damn national championship game.
Let it go.
I can't, man. I need therapy, man. That damn, that play, man. That I don't want to see that play.
I actually laughed when I saw it because some some of his takes he was
That's a
reaching.
luxury item. I know, just like depression.
There goes.
Good.
Hey,
Hey.
that Ant.
Cause what's the name of man? I'm telling you, what's the name of
Ant.
John Gruden
sir,
is
yes,
definitely
sir.
a quarterback whisperer.
There go Ant. He supposed to be on here last night. I needed your backup last night, man.
My bad. Y'all know I got baby girl, man. She be needing my attention.
I know, but yeah, I needed your backup last night, man.
I apologize.
Man,
I apologize.
And you right in the moment, man. We finna get ready to hit this NFL, a little bit of this NFL, and we getting up out of here in like 10, 15 minutes.
Because Ed was
But
me and Ed shared the same view on that whole should do a thing.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Hey man. Man, I can't hear you.
And
Sound
you got
like
bad
you-
connection.
Sound like you're in a tunnel.
If y'all got time to talk about it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was saying if y'all got time to talk about it, I can definitely give y'all my viewpoint on it.
We finna talk about it now.
Say no more.
Everybody got their takes on before we get started, we gotta hit the NFL fines the Falcons and the their defensive coordinator over the prank call. They fined the Falcons $250K. They fined the defensive coordinator $100K.
His son will be getting $100K ass whooping.
Hey, just take that $100K out of this trust fund. That's how you get that money back.
Whatever car he driving, I'm going to get it.
Oh no, BB, that's where you wrong at.
What's that, Coach? Don't take it out of his trust fund.
Take it out of his ass, because you supposed to be to raise them better than that. Bust his ass.
And it's like you say, it's no excuse. He's a 21-year-old man.
Whatever car
you fine. You should have took some draft picks from their ass next year.
And then make him pay you back that $100,000.
Yeah, because what you really did is because from what I understand about it, the NFL mailed those phones out so nobody gets that information.
Yeah, they go to
so that should have cost more than money.
Yeah. They go to seminars about that, about them personal computers. They don't even want them leaving the facility.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then you got a little smart mouth kid that think that's funny.
That's funny. Hey, that's put like this. A kid that's privileged. Let's call it like it is, man. A kid that's privileged. And thinking that it's funny and stuff. We finna play this joke on this man. Hey man, I'm still curious.
Yeah, your circle, that even says you had got a circle of friends where nobody that was sitting there told your ass like hell no.
Right. You got a circle of idiots that's gonna agree with you and say, "Go on, do it, man, do it."
Yeah,
I can imagine them now.
They all had the same thought.
This gonna be the prank of the year. It is the prank of the year.
Yep.
Yeah, he got to get fired.
That your daddy ought to take out your skin.
That's it. Hey, you 21. I bet you he still stay at home with his dad.
Yeah, because he was away at college.
Oh my God.
If he away at college and you say you left the number laying around, that bullshit don't even add up.
He got into his iPad.
He was home from college and got in.
Oh, he was home from college. Okay.
Home from college
and got into his dad's iPad.
But this is the
information in that iPad.
That's where it was at.
Wait, ain't nobody talking about the obvious though.
This is my thing. He's a defensive coordinator. What the hell, a defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, who already has their quarterback? What the hell is a defensive coordinator doing with a quarterback which is the offensive players' information. And
they said
again, they don't need a quarterback.
They sent everybody in the draft numbers got sent to all of the teams. That's just the way they send everybody's information, the players' information, because they're gonna get that phone call first.
What VP saying, First Lady, is that you coach defense. You don't even need that information. Why do you even have it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You
You
don't
don't
even
need it. You're a
you don't
defensive
need
guy.
See, I feel like the dude needs to get fired. The whole DC needs to get fired. And the reason that I say he needs to be fired is simply because of once you buy a computer regularly, you are a regular person or a business person. Every laptop that you get now has an actual password. So if your son is home from college, how did your son get your password?
Exactly.
Hey, man. I'm going to tell you right now.
Your son can be bought. Your son can be bought.
I think his son took that charge for him. I'm going to tell you right now, because have you seen his son? I ain't seen no picture of him. I seen Cud talking, apologizing for him and his son, but I ain't seen his son.
But the thing is, the son
made a video
did a video
of it while they was doing it.
The son videotaped it and put it out on TikTok and all this other stuff. The son's an idiot. He's an idiot, man. And like you say, he should have been, hey, put it like this. If they would have fined the Falcons $1 million, Arthur Blanks would have fired the defensive coordinator himself.
Exactly.
I would have fired him just on GP because that's defamation of the league. What's that rule that they got where you can't do nothing to damage the league? A player would have to sit out 6 games for that shit.
Hey, and then on top of that, you got to look at the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons.
That part.
You know who the head coach is?
Who?
What's his name? Raheem Morris.
Right.
Raheem Morris. So, do you find Raheem since
nope.
I do.
Your coordinator?
No, because the reason I fired, you know who I really get at? Whoever sent the information to the defensive motherfuckers that didn't need it. That's like that information being in the special teams' hands. Why do they need it? They don't need it.
Let me be the conspiracy theory.
Go ahead.
If you fire the head coach, how do we know the DC didn't do it on purpose? Because he might want the head coach's job, might not even
to sabotage the head coach. Yeah.
Right. But through it all, this whole, the way all that went, that proved the conspiracy that owners have with each other.
No, it not just that, but it also shows you exactly who owns the league. You got to think about this. So Shedeur made a couple comments, had a couple bad interviews, didn't do the draft, and you mean to tell me he goes all the way down to the 144th pick? But a defensive coordinator's son gets a number, does a prank phone call, and the only thing he gets fined is maybe a 16th of his salary. So you're not teaching this man a lesson, but that would have been a black kid with a black DC, he would have been the first thing smoking up out of there. Right. It's like we gotta hold each other accountable. So the fine shouldn't have went to the DC. The fine should have been a 10 times worse fine, and it should have went directly to directly up to the owner of the Falcons. You want to know why? Because now you're holding my butt to the actual fire. Because the owner ain't trying to pay that fine. The owner's gonna make whoever actually needs to pay the fine pay the fine. If you don't pay the fine, then you got to get up out of here.
Arthur Blanks should have Arthur Blanks should have ate that fine. That mean he had to eat 250,000 of it. But hey, that should have been $1 million fine. That's how you drive across a point right there.
Exactly.
Not only that, it's against the law in 2025 to go on somebody's phone and get information out and use it.
My point exactly. Hit it home.
It's against the law to do that shit. It should be some charges that come down behind it.
Now, who gonna press charge to get their son?
Hey, now Prime them is looking into see if they can file some type of lawsuit.
Don't file a lawsuit. Make them niggas box.
Hey man, hey coach, the way you hurt rich people is in their pockets, man. They don't give a damn about the bloody nose.
Then
When
let
you
you
hurt
do a
rich
punch that
people,
dude in his face.
hey man, the way you hurt
Don't
rich
condone
people is in
violence,
their
but some
pocket.
things just have to be handled old school.
Right.
Hey,
And you hurt the organization by taking some draft picks. Like you don't get to pick in the first, second round, or third round for the next couple years.
And then let him get punched in the face.
I got a theory.
Coach, you still want to punch him in the face?
Hey, I got a theory that'll work on
What's
every
that?
level. So how about this? If while we doing stuff that'll detrimental to a program on the NCAA level, but we not killing the whole entire program for the NFL. So if your son got somebody number, why not say, you know what, you for the next 2 to 3 years, you don't got no first 4 round picks. You can start picking after the 5th round since nobody care about after the first 4 picks.
Right.
Hey man, hey,
that's how you hit them pockets. Because now
Hey.
you're gonna have players like, oh, I ain't gonna sign there for 4 years because they ain't gonna be relevant.
Hey man, you got that's how you that you hit people in the pockets. Hey, like I just say, that's how you hurt rich people. Hit them in their pockets. Hey, when you hit a rich person in their pocket, they a bloody nose, busted lip, they go heal up. But hey, $40 or $50 million out your pocket, hey, that hurt a little bit more than a busted lip. I'll tell you that. If you're a billionaire, that hurt.
And then for that to come from an organization that actually drafted Deion, that's the part that's fucked up, right there.
I didn't even look. You know what? I just tripped off when you just said it, man. An organization
Did Deion
that
go into the
drafted.
Hall of Fame as a Falcon?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so.
Yep.
So that's the
Yep.
thanks I get.
I made this organization, this whole city relevant again when I got drafted and I came here. I put them on the map. And that's what I get. That's the love I get from the organization. That's what probably hurt even more since you mentioned it like that, Game.
Think about it.
And speaking of, that day.
But that only happens to men that actually fulfill their purpose. When you fulfill your purpose and take care of future generations, you know that all of the smoke is coming at you. Period.
Because we know at the end of the day, Shedeur, Shiloh, they really don't have to work again. We know that for a fact. We know that Deion got them set up for the future. But hey,
you know what? I'm glad you said that, because I thought of that same exact point on what I was trying to say yesterday when everybody's overreacting to all of this stuff. Because at the end of the day, whether Shedeur got drafted or didn't get drafted, Shiloh, nothing about their life changes. Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing about their life changes. There is some kid who put all of his hard work, effort into playing college football, who sat in there with his family and never got a phone call.
Right.
And
you're absolutely right about that.
And everybody up here in the uproar because Shedeur didn't get drafted in the first round because he dropped to 5. He
should have got dropped to 5.
Huh?
He should have got dropped to 5.
Exactly, he should have.
And
he
this is don't hear
first round.
It didn't have nothing to do with talent or nothing.
No, exactly what Coach said. That's the first person that actually said that, Coach. B. You the first person that said that it doesn't have anything to do with talent, because
it don't have nothing to do with talent, man.
This is what I told somebody. You have to look at the overall.
And Coach Corey said it yesterday too. It don't have nothing to do with his talent.
Hold on, Prince. Why are you holding my hand?
Everything to do with marketing and how much money I can make.
It don't have anything to do with that dumbass interview or none of that.
None of that.
Right.
None of that.
But and you didn't hear yesterday, but I tried to tell them, they talking about all the interview process. He didn't interview well and all that. Man, they don't give a damn about him answering them questions.
Right.
They want to know if he can play football.
Johnny Manziel knowing he had a drug problem.
They want to know if he can play football.
They can play if you could play football and win the organization some games and get them to a Super Bowl.
Yes, and my answer to that was, look at Caleb Williams. he did well on the interview, but his ass can't play football because he can't read defenses.
Man,
It ain't no
Johnny
secret.
Manziel.
It ain't no secret that he didn't do well last year because they found out he couldn't read defenses.
Just like Justin Fields a couple years ago, he couldn't read defenses.
So it don't matter what he did in that damn interview because it's not about the interview; it's about football.
Yeah,
and if you can't play football, it's gonna be found out.
It will
and
be
that's what happened.
Yep.
This my thing about it. Like I told somebody the other day, I said, bro, you have to look at it from a business standpoint. I said, take out Deion. Take out Deion and just look at Shedeur as an overall person. I said, bro, no offense to his skill set. I said, but Shedeur wasn't really talked about until Travis Hunter actually went down to Jackson State University. I said he also is a HBCU quarterback. I said, so you got to understand that a lot of Power 5 conferences did not want him. When you're drafting a quarterback, what are they going to look at? How will he stand up against competition in the SEC? Because of that is the Premier League when it comes to drafting and all of this. For some odd reason, I don't know why, but that's just how it is. 2, after that, when you looked at Shedeur against winning teams, he doesn't have a winning record. So you mean to tell me that now you finna go in here and you finna do all of this extra stuff in these interviews, then you not finna draft on top of your first season there, you don't have 2 seasons of actual game tape, and then you're gonna try to pull a Caleb Williams just because of your last name? I'm sorry, sir. Deion Sanders made that last name, not Shedeur or Shiloh Sanders. Without your dad, nobody would know you. You would still be at Jackson State just as a quarterback that did some amazing things with a 5-star recruit that actually went to the league.
That was probably the best one to come out the draft. Yeah.
Who was throwing to him all year, man?
But you can't say that.
Wes.
Okay,
No.
hold on.
You can't say that about Shedeur, right? You can't say that about Shedeur or who was throwing to Travis Hunter. Then you got guys like
You messing me up.
Abeka and I forgot one of the wide receivers from Oregon and Golden from Texas. They weren't expected to go. They weren't expected to go first round, but those quarterbacks weren't expected to go first round. Somebody had to get those wide receivers in Oregon the ball for Oregon to be undefeated the whole regular season. Somebody had to get the Ohio State players the ball for them to have a record they won and win a national championship. So you can't say that somebody had to get Travis Hunter.
Well, a lot of them had a good offensive line. They won the most sack and all this. Just like Gang said last night.
Time too.
Huh?
Just like Gang said. Real talk.
No, I know.
A lot of Shedeur numbers. If you look at just the pure numbers, a lot of his numbers came when Hunter wasn't even in the game. When he was out, injured. He still produced the numbers.
All I'm saying is that when Wes says somebody had to throw him the ball, a lot of the top receivers in the draft, somebody had to throw them the ball, and nobody was talking about their quarterbacks going in the first round.
You had the likes of the Jimmy Horns, LaJohntay Westons, Will Shepherds, and everything. I wish Shedeur would have utilized them more. Hell, I wish Shedeur would have utilized the tight end more.
Didn't all of the receivers that played on that roster get drafted?
Jimmy got drafted. Jimmy and LaJohntay got drafted in the 6th round.
Colorado got 8 players drafted.
There we go.
Colorado got 8 players drafted.
Did they get the lineman drafted? No, a lot of them was free agent signings.
A lot of them
went free agent.
I
got a question.
And really, I think that's a better route because at that point you can really twerk the system and apply to the team you really want to go to.
I don't need that. No.
Going in as an undrafted free agent, if you got the talent to accomplish that feat, everybody don't have that talent.
Yep.
I was just gonna say that's another from a business standpoint. That's something else that we missing as well too. If you draft Shador in the first 2 rounds, he's guaranteed some kind of money. Now, what if he is a bust? The last time we had a quarterback that was almost like Shador that was in college was Jameis Winston, and he has 2 outstanding receivers that was going to go get the ball that made him look like an NFL quarterback. And once he got there, he was a trash quarterback. I'm not saying that's the same thing that Shador would do.
We can't use that though, and
we don't
because
know.
they did Johnny Manziel. He was a first round pick.
That was my next one as well too.
He was trash, but he went first.
That's why that's why I was leading up to, Coach. We got
and then, like when you look at the business side of things, he don't have to go high. You don't have to pay him that money because he's gonna collect all his on the back end because of his name.
Exactly.
So that's a business play. And this is why I say that was a business play by the family. It might have been Shador that released the information saying that I bombed.
They just didn't. Those teams didn't want to pay him first round money because he's already making a gang of money and has a gang of money.
That point.
It would
and
be
that's
different
what the NIL.
if it was Johnny Manziel or somebody else. Because I said this yesterday, and look at all the guys who got drafted before him. Them cats ain't got no money. They don't have a problem giving them money.
No, exactly.
They don't have no money.
Well, but Coach, now look at her though. To add to what you're saying, this is the reason why I'm talking. Not just Jameis Winston, but that was going to be my next hit. Was going to be Johnny Manziel, the last quarterback that went in the first round. They had an amazing receiver, Mike Evans. Was Johnny Manziel, and he comes from money. And what did he do? He squandered that away. He made the Browns look like a laughingstock. He made himself look like a laughingstock. He had to come back. He had to leave and then come back to the league. I don't think people want to do that twice or see that done twice in the league. So I feel like with him having all that money, coming from money, having an NIL deal, it's like, yo, what have you really worked for? What really have you earned? Most of this stuff is because your dad has applied for this job. Let's be honest. If Deion doesn't apply for Colorado, like I said earlier, Shador stays at Jackson State.
The fifth was a fifth. That's what I say about that.
That's what started.
Always know he was supposed to go to UCF, wasn't he? University of Central Florida, right?
Nope, they took that scholarship away from him. The only D1 scholarships that Shador had was the ones that was coming from the HBCUs. That's in the D1 conference. It was something about his playoff record or something in the state of Texas that they didn't like or something like that. Yeah, think about it, bro. He played against the School of the Blind in Texas, bro. Come on, man. That's not impressive.
You gotta look at Shiloh. Shiloh went to South Carolina. He was a Gamecock. Now, granted, Shiloh should have probably stayed at South Carolina.
Exactly. I was just gonna say this.
We talk about the SEC school. Shiloh would have stayed at South Carolina. He would have got drafted.
First round.
But he gonna fall on his feet because he went to Tampa Bay as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I thought he went in like he didn't get drafted.
Nope. He signed right after the draft with Tampa Bay. But like you said, that's probably another power play. He knew that was gonna happen.
That's why they wasn't at the draft.
Yeah. Everything was on Travis Hunter and Shador. Shiloh just waiting in the background because he know he gonna get his money.
Yep. And you got guys like Jimmy and LeJohntay that's gonna probably make some impact. I bet you Jimmy and LeJohntay make the team. And LeJohntay, he coming to the flock. So hey, LeJohntay
he gonna be better than Bateman. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, I like LeJohntay, man. He gonna help us out. Right along with D Hop and Flowers.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you though who's gonna be the steal of the draft, and ain't nobody want to hear this, but I looked at that boy highlight film. That boy Mike Green, the edge player from Marshall. His moves is so prolific, and he's fast off the ball. Oh my God, boy is nasty.
Oh yeah, you got so many good picks, man, that went. Like I was telling somebody today, Tampa Bay signed a lot of Colorado players, man. They drafted the kid Green, that was the linebacker and stuff, the edge rusher. They signed him. They signed a few they signed Will Shepherd. Now that was big. I'm gonna tell you why that Will Shepherd was big. Because they compare Will Shepherd, they say his side, because Will Shepherd, now granted, Will Shepherd was at Vanderbilt. He should have stayed at Vanderbilt. That's an SEC school. He did good at Vanderbilt, but he transferred to Colorado. But they compare Will Shepherd, they say he has the size of a Mike Evans. He reminds so many people of Mike Evans. And if Will Shepherd goes down there to Tampa Bay, he could be mentored by Mike Evans. And who knows what can come about and transpire with that play. Because and then Cameron Seaman Craig, who was the safety back there with Shiloh, he signed with Jacksonville. That means he in the secondary again with Travis Hunter, where he spent his career at Jackson, because Seaman Craig came from Jackson State. You think about it. He came from Jackson State with Dion them. So
Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig. Get him, Craig.
He came from Jackson State with them. So, them free agent signings. Hey, Levante Bentley, free agent signing. Shadozi, free agent signing. So I mean, you got some guys that's free agent signing, man. That's getting it in.
Right. And then that's also how Colorado is going to build their program.
That's exactly how they go build the program.
Yeah, it's how they got once and those players have to get into the league and perform.
The officials are terrible.
That's a must. I got a question though. Let's move away.
But let me tell you this though.
NIL.
Let me tell you what's gonna hurt Colorado in the long run. What's gonna hurt Colorado is Dion do not recruit. He don't sit in kids' living rooms and recruit. He recruits straight from the portal. And how you build your program and stuff, you gotta be able to get some of these 5 stars from high school. That's how you build your program.
I think the game passed that.
Yeah.
With that portal
work, they gonna see it. They choosing where they want to go now. They'll go play with Dion. They see it.
It's past that. So let me ask this question. In light of what we just seen, with all this NIL money that's being passed out, are you going to see more teams starting to pass on players, knowing that they already got the bag to take the players that don't got it?
I don't feel like teams will pass on them. I feel like teams would start to utilize the method of going to go get high school players and actually feed them through the system, because you don't know what a high school player potential or payout has to be coming in, but you know what a payout will have to be when you transfer in using the transfer portal.
I'm talking about the league, not college.
Oh.
In the draft. Watching what all just transpired in the draft, do you think that's going to become a business strategy that NFL teams are going to use and saying, okay, I know this player got the NIL money. Now I don't have to take him in the first 3 rounds. I can let him drop to 4 or 5.
Yeah,
and it won't hurt him.
Definitely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely, because the end game for the owners is money.
It's money.
If these TV deals keep going up and they keep getting a lot of money, they're not going to give it to guys that's already getting a ton of money from college or has made a ton of money in college. Because we think about it. Shedeur going to Cleveland, right?
Yep.
When he gets to Cleveland, he's probably going to be made more money than about 50% of those guys on that team.
Right.
Linemen, linebackers, backup quarterbacks,
kickers.
So it's just going to be a matter of who wants to put up with that giving that kind of money out.
Right. Because it's past the contract you get now. It's past that. Now I agree with what you said about going to the high. They already doing that. I know they're doing it in basketball, where they are coming to get kids at a young age and taking them over to particular schools to go to high school. They doing that already in basketball. They've been doing that.
That's been going on.
Yeah, they've been doing that one.
How you think Cooper Flag got so good? All them kids didn't start out where they ended up at.
Right. And I just found out Cooper Flag got a twin brother. So they put him up a grade to go ahead and move him into that network.
And guess what?
Everything is.
Guess what? He done won three state championships with his brother, and gonna be in line to win a fourth when they bring all them kids in next year.
Wow. His brother said where he going yet?
Nope.
So you don't think he going to the league? He ain't gonna do the one and done. He going back to Duke?
He'll do the one and done probably. But he gonna have to, wherever he go, he gonna be there a short amount of time. He can't really go to Duke because he can't go to Duke because he's the same position as the Boozer twins.
Oh, right. I didn't think about that. Well, Duke once had a roster like that where just about the whole roster jumped to the league when they had Keon Dooley in them. They had that roster was so deep to where it was like, man.
And they starting over next year because they lost a lot of that group of last year.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Girl, you need a suitcase. Come on.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, you gotta look at it like that. But I think Shedeur, he's not in a bad situation. He has a chance to make the team, but like I said last night, he's done because they finna fire the fuck out of the coach. They finna fire the coach and the GM's ass. Their ass is on ball time.
That way.
Because at the end of the day, you still got Deion Sanders, and like Game always say, it's about these owners and their bottom line. Hey, if I know what Shedeur, I'm selling $100 million in tickets. If I get prime Shedeur, that $100 million gonna go from $100 million to $200 million in ticket sales. So,
and my franchise is at the bottom of the barrel. I'll roll the dice. That's about the only place that really Deion can go in the NFL and be able to get his issue off. That's about the only place. Everybody else, any place else you want to go to, you just about won't get the control you want.
But you got to remember, Colorado is going to match money. So his power play is going to be putting the two against each other.
Exactly. Go to the highest bidder.
That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, you look for him to get one of them contracts Gruden got. That $100 million deal.
That $100 million deal is going to be big, though, man. Hey.
And I'm going to tell you, before it's all said and done, Deion is probably going to be the highest paid college football coach because Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney and all them starting to want to get out because of all this NIL stuff.
Right. So, I mean, right. And you can't even put it past the Alabamas for coming for him. And the LSUs. You can't put it past that.
But right now, Colorado's fan base and they president and all them, they giving him the world. Because he said that, he wasn't making enough money. What they do, they give him more money. Everything he wants, they
once I generate your revenue, once I make your revenue go up, you got to break bread. Other than that, I'm out.
And we all know that the revenue will go through the roof, man.
Yeah.
And you know why I say he's gonna be the highest paid?
Why you say that, Coach?
Colorado's president is a lady. She ain't gonna quarrel with somebody that's bringing all that money into Colorado.
Hell no.
She gonna be like, okay, you need more money? We bringing in more money? Okay.
They gonna find the money for them, man. I'm telling you.
Yes, boosters, whoever.
They gonna find the money for them.
Right.
They will find that money for them, man. Because if you somebody that that's worth having, we go get you what you need in order to be. We go get you what you need. Because like you say, you always say it, game. It's about that revenue, dog.
It's the bottom line. And I didn't learn that until I went into business for myself. And I was like, damn, it's that easy.
About that bottom line.
It's that easy. It's like a battery. If it affects my bottom line positive, take it. If it affects my bottom line negative, let it go. Simple.
Yeah.
Right.
It's simple. It's that easy. And it's never about who the best at. It's never about that.
Not at all.
Man, because I can run a business like my business I run. If I don't generate this for myself, but if me generating what I generate and this company over here makes $2 million off of my head, I can fuck up. You think I'm going anywhere? No, I'm not. They're not going to let that money walk away. They're not going to do that. Regardless, and that goes on every level. It's whether or not you can make them people some money. And then when you make them people their money, always know that you get about a quarter of it. And that's all the way across business. That's how business runs. You get a quarter of what you generate for that business.
As you watch the film, what do you recall about your thought process in the moment? Sticking with the 5 you stuck with in the fourth quarter the other day, and is there an assistant or someone maybe that you're leaning on tonight, maybe to try to get some
you got all those. Hey, it's a lot of factors that's gonna play into all of that, man.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, everybody's gonna want to watch Cleveland. Just like everybody. Now, how many times you done watch the draft up until the 5th round? Everybody would have turned it off as soon as Shedeur got drafted. Click, turn it off. Now everybody will be watching Cleveland because they're gonna want to know is he gonna fail or succeed. And in business, that's a positive motivation right there.
Yeah, 90% of them want to see him fail. You hear that everywhere around social media, everything. They don't want him to succeed because he got money. He's made money. He don't need the money.
But see, they want they want you to succeed if you come from these little impoverished stories and stuff, man.
Right.
That's what they looking for, the impoverished stories.
But that's not the story. You understand? Yes. When a man fulfills his purpose, your kids are able to do that. Your grandkids, the story is, as men, fulfill your purpose so your kids can go do that.
Mm-hmm.
When your kids ain't got to sit there and lap out and drink water out of their hand like they goddamn dog, you Well,
we made this decision because of this.
period.
It is almost
And too many of us don't even know the purpose of a man or the purpose of a woman. So you get these bullshit stories.
Mm-hmm. But you notice when it comes to us, we always have to have a story for them to get on board with us.
Right. My daddy ran away and my mama had to do it all herself.
Yes, one of them goddamn feel good stories. Yep,
Man,
we gotta have it.
I don't want to hear that bullshit. I want to hear about, oh, this man did everything he could to put his son in position. That's the story of me.
Yep.
Because the only way to be perfectly honest, as boys, we are here when you really want to outdo your father and everything your father has done. The only way Shedeur can even reach that is to take a team like Cleveland to the promised land. And that's it.
And even
if you
then,
can't do it with that, then man, you would never outdo who your father was.
And even then, he ain't gonna be able to outdo his father. And the reason I
say
say that,
in the household.
The reason I say that is his dad played two professional sports at the same time.
At the same time, right.
Some on the same day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nobody is talking about.
He scored a touchdown and a run in the same day, didn't he?
Yep. But nobody is saying that Deion Sanders sacrificed by playing two sports professionally to make enough money for his kids to be able to have the life that they have.
That part. That man walking around with fucked up feet behind all that.
Yeah. Nobody talking about that. They just worried about his son having money and not having to work as hard as everybody else.
Man.
That should be the story.
Man, it's a cold game when you.
This man almost lost his leg, but instead he had to lose toes.
Right. It's a cold game when your son don't have to really deal with his kids. He can start shooting at his great ones because of what the father did.
8 toes. He got 8 toes, dog.
For real though.
8 toes, man.
I think that it's because somehow or another the story got away from it, like away from that. It got away from, Deion paving the way for his son to do what he did. And everybody acted, you had so many people acting like Shedeur was this off the charts, phenomenal, can't miss quarterback. And he wasn't. He may be, he may very well be Tom Brady-ish and Aaron Rodgers and those type of quarterbacks after being in the league, going through the process, developing and everything else. Because I thought it was great that Deion put to rest that he wasn't going into the NFL as a coach and trying to coach where his son was going to play professional football, and to allow his son to actually have a chance to grow as a man without him there calling the shots. He got him this far, and now it's time for him to take the steps to go even further. And I felt like he should have been drafted. He should have went. I would have rather him gone to another team, but he went to Cleveland.
I wouldn't. To be perfectly honest, I like where he is.
I don't like where he's at because
I'll explain to you why I like where he is. The reason I like where he is because Cleveland is one of the original football teams. That's an original right there.
I understand.
Get past the wins and losses. You build that original, your name go up in the lights with your dad.
I understand that, but Shedeur needs that veteran quarterback presence that's going to be there for at least 1-2 seasons to kind of help him along. I don't trust Cleveland to develop the quarterback.
Well,
shit, Howard do too.
you gotta also keep in mind he already got a whisperer in his ear in his dad. That's a whole different program that's playing right now. It's not the program. It's not the program that we're accustomed to get. That's a whole different.
You know what nobody else is talking about? The Raiders passing on him, and Tom Brady is his mentor.
See, the reason why it's a lot of it, they don't want to really say that it's important on what Prime has done for his kids, is that's going to make us in our community see the importance in each other. For real though. For real though. As long as they can keep us divided saying we don't need each other, that shows that how much we really need each other.
But you want to know? But you know what? You know what, gang? It ain't. I blame the media for all of this, and even the black media for all of this.
Exactly. If you hitting the nail on the head, exactly.
Because
the story is saying, look at what this black father has done. You can do this as a black man. That's the story. That's the story that our community needs to be running with, and we won't run with it to save our life. To give us the opportunity at generational wealth. That is what it is.
But the problem is that you have guys like Louis Riddick, who has been singing the praises of Shedeur on an elevated level since Jackson State, and especially with Colorado. That first year that Deion came to Colorado, the level of black media that was hyping up Shedeur and saying what he was is what got us where we at now. Because he was a good quarterback. No shade at all. He should definitely be in the NFL. But they was making it. They were making it seem like he was the next coming of Lamar Jackson, and it might be, but he was gonna need some. He was gonna need some developing to get there. So they hyped it up so much that when NFL teams started to pass on him in the draft, it was like, oh my God, they committing the cardinal sin. Well, with reality of it, like we said last night, this wasn't an elite quarterback class.
You gotta look at it also like this.
You gotta look at the intent, the things you can't teach though. You can't teach the heart, dog.
But look at what's the name.
The one thing about a player, one thing you never gonna be able to do is know if they got their dog in.
But Louis Riddick is a former NFL general manager, so
yeah. And if he's saying he got that dog, I'm gonna listen to what he's saying before
he's a former GM.
What my opposition is saying.
And I'm not saying that he don't have dog in him. What I'm saying is that he got drafted in the round that he should have went in. Especially
not based on talent. Not based on talent.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He went in a round that he went in a round that he.
I agree with you, gang. I don't
agree with you on that. No. The answer is
but it is what it is, though. It is what it is.
That's the card them folks playing. Hell no. I done seen too many garbage ass quarterbacks that went way higher than that.
But when you look at
quarterbacks in this round, hey, look at the quarterbacks in this draft. To be perfectly honest with you.
So don't forget, Cam Ward, he was in the draft last year. And he fell and he jumped out and went back to college.
Hey man, they weren't saying nothing about Cam Ward when he was a quarterback at Corner Word, man.
That part.
They what?
I never said that Cam Ward was elite quarterback either.
no college quarterback can be called elite going into the league. You don't know if they'll be able. You won't know if they'll be able to play at an elite level until they start playing.
And if you are a team that has a lot of different needs other than just the quarterback position, if you can, with the quarterback draft class being what it was this year, you can get that same guy later in the draft and not have to pay first round money for him. There is nothing wrong with that.
And that's what that was about. I can still get him and not take him in the first. This is why Cleveland traded out of the first round.
No, they didn't. They didn't trade out of the first round.
Cleveland did trade out of the first
round. No, they didn't trade out of the first round. Cleveland.
So who did Jacksonville trade with?
Jacksonville was picking 5. All Cleveland did was that's why I said yesterday, Cleveland is the one who jacked all of this stuff up. Quit blaming everybody else for not taking him and all this other stuff. And Cleveland had 5 picks, right, before they actually picked Shedeur, and they traded from 2 to 5.
Okay.
To pick, what did they pick? Was it a defensive lineman or? Then they picked defense.
Yeah.
They picked
I don't know
defense.
what they picked. I really thought they traded out of the first round.
No, they did not trade out of the first. They did not trade out of the first round. Cleveland had. Let me see. If I counted them the other day. No, they picked 5th. They picked.
So theoretically, Cleveland could have took Travis Hunter and then got Shedeur late.
Yeah.
But this goes back to the history of Cleveland.
That's why that GM and what's his name them finna be fired. That's why they had the long face after they was able to get Shedeur. They like, damn, we could have kept that tandem together.
Yep, because that's why they had Garrett that wanted to leave. The history of Cleveland is not good. Myles Garrett wanted to leave until they just gave him more money.
They gave him so much money he couldn't even. You know what I'll say.
You know, so the thing is, Shedeur might be in a good situation in Cleveland, but the track record says no.
So this is what Cleveland game. This is how Cleveland picked. They traded from 2 to 5 to pick Mason Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan. That they could have, and then
of which they needed. Okay.
They needed. Then they picked with the 33rd pick, still in the first round, I think. No, second round. They picked second round. They picked Carson. Was it Swinger? Swinger. The linebacker from UCLA. Then they picked Quinshawn Junkins from Ohio State with the 36th pick.
Huh? What he play?
Running back. The running back from Ohio State.
Okay.
With the 33rd pick. So they was okay right there.
They went up the middle. Okay. Yeah. You got to go tackle, linebacker. That's a good draft.
Then they picked, with the 67th pick, they picked Harold Fanning Jr., tight end from Bowling Green.
Okay.
Then with the 94th pick, they picked Dylan Gabriel from Oregon, a quarterback. Then with the 126th pick, Dylan Sampson, running back from Tennessee.
Okay.
Then they picked Shedeur.
Okay. That's not bad though. Looking at how they picked that ain't bad.
Then they traded.
Because you got to be strong up the middle.
Right. What I'm saying is that if you want, they honestly, I don't think the general manager and the head coach wanted to pick Shedeur. I think
of course they didn't, because they were on the way out.
I think the owner of the Cleveland Browns said,
CC, like we said last night,
that was the owner call. That was Jimmy Haslam's call.
I think Jimmy Haslam said, "I'll be damned if we let the Steelers pick him up now. Trade up to get him."
And see, that was the owner call right there. Jimmy Haslam say, "Hey, the hell with y'all. Hey, this is my team. Y'all gonna do what I tell y'all to do. Basically, I tell y'all to get this quarterback. Y'all finna get this quarterback. Period."
I didn't tell y'all to pick Gabriel. I told y'all to pick him.
Right. But there's gonna be some cuts that got to. Not only that, there's gonna be some cuts that take place. Then you don't know what trades later gonna take place.
Dylan Gabriel may not even make the team.
Exactly.
And that's gonna be the bigger issue with Cleveland.
Right.
That you drafted a guy ahead of Shedeur.
They drafted him out of spite. That's what they drafted. They drafted Dylan Gabriel out of spite. That was a spite draft like that.
Right.
And
it's unfair to Dylan Gabriel. That's what it is. It's unfair to him.
Here's the thing. Here's gonna be the big kicker. When Tennessee picked first, right? Who picked first?
Tennessee.
It's gonna all fall down when Cam Ward is no good in Tennessee, because that'll be the biggest flop ever.
That'd be the second time in the last 3 years that they jacked up the pick at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
When
because they were all in on the last bum they got.
When they should have just did what everybody else said they should have did. Trade the pick. Just trade the pick.
Because I remember I said that about Cleveland. That they didn't need to take a quarterback early. Or something pick the quarterback.
They needed to trade the pick and get a quarterback with some level of competency to lead that team, because these rookies that they got, that they putting out there, are not doing anything.
Looking at Will Levis last year, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Will Levis, what the hell for the ages? You know what they should have did? Traded that pick to Atlanta for Kirk Cousins.
They ain't want to bite Kirk Cousins' contract off. He make way too much money to be as hurt as he is.
But I'm sure they could have compensated Tennessee enough to get somebody like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Atlanta would have had to give up way more than Kirk Cousins.
I don't know how many draft picks
for a number
Atlanta
one pick.
had.
For a number one pick.
How many draft picks did Atlanta have?
Now, if you say they gave up their number one pick for the next couple years and Kirk Cousins, all right, I'll do that one.
But they probably could have got away with just one next year.
Yeah, they could have got one and Kirk Cousins
and third and fourth round, or fourth and fifth round this year, because all you're doing is stacking picks.
The only reason I say that is because of the amount of money Kirk Cousins make.
Yeah, but if you get Kirk Cousins and you get 5 players for him, that's worth it.
I'm not saying it ain't. I'm not saying it ain't, but
if you get a first rounder next year and then a second or third and fourth next year, and you get 3 this year, you got to hit on one of them.
Right. I agree with you on that. Now at that point, I would take a Kirk Cousins on that in that contract. You're right.
Cause I tell you what would have happened then. If they would have traded and got traded a pick with Atlanta, got Kirk Cousins, Atlanta picks Travis Hunter.
Yes.
Atlanta picks Travis Hunter. Now Cleveland got to do something totally different.
And they get burned again like they history.
Now they gotta do something different. Like Cleveland is the reason why Shedeur went where he went.
Which is true.
Because Cleveland could have picked Shedeur up way early. Now I agreed with Cleveland's first 3 picks. After you picked up Junkins from Ohio State, the next pick should have been Shedeur.
Right, but they, once it got that far, I can go another round because there's less money I have to pay off the top.
Yeah,
the further back it goes, the less money I gotta pay.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in essence, I feel you, like he should have been picked where Dylan Gabriel was picked.
Right.
But he done slid this far, chances are he'll be there in the next round.
And I think,
hey, this, you know what? When they draft just like us in fantasy football. You like, okay, I got one more round in me. Pick them up and stuff. And then you're like, dang, I should have got him that round.
Yeah.
right.
Then somebody else snatched him up.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm like, it don't really make no difference what anybody else thinks. These general managers are drafted for their jobs.
I couldn't tell what's some of them drafted.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Some
But
of them are not good at it.
Some of them not good at it. Right. Some of them definitely not good at putting asses in the seats.
And Cleveland has been one of those places.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you ask me, I'm going for a name to get people in the seats, get them generated, because the dog pound is always going to be the dog pound.
That part.
Yep.
So now, how do I get more people to join the dog pound?
Right.
How do I get more people to want to come to the game?
Right. How do I get these games televised?
I guarantee you, Dylan Gabriel is not going to get more fans in them seats than Shedeur. Just on people wanting to see what he's going to do.
That part.
Even if it's good or bad. Because 90% of the people there, although they want Cleveland to win, they want him to fail.
Yeah. You can tell the teams that had an actual draft strategy and who was just throwing stuff up against the wall.
Yep, and hoping it would stick.
Hoping it would stick. You can tell. You can tell by the way. You can tell by the way they drafted. Like right. I could tell by the way the Steelers drafted what was the reason by the draft.
Yeah.
They said, we gave up too many rushing yards. We gotta tighten that up. A quarterback ain't jumping out to me right now, and we gambled on Kenny Pickett years ago. So let's just make sure we tight where we need to get tight at. We was not as tight as we needed to be up the middle. We weren't as physical as we needed.
As soon as Aaron Rodgers burn their ass, which gonna happen.
And that's my only thing with Pittsburgh. I understand what they did.
Yeah.
But you have got to get somebody in that quarterback room. Even if you don't use him this year.
Ryan Clark had a good not that nobody wants to see it happen, but at some point to either have the draft pick to make a trade for a quality quarterback or to actually be able to draft one.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of gotta lose. You can't go middle. You can't go middle of the road.
Man, look.
I don't know. Ben was drafted like 17th.
Huh?
Wasn't it? You can get one in the middle of the first. Roethlisberger is proof.
Hey,
A lot of quarterbacks are proof.
Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks
Yes.
too.
Yeah, 21 is not a bad spot to get you a quality quarterback.
hey, I'm a firm believer that Pittsburgh is drafting to get Mike Tomlin out of there.
I don't think they're drafting to get Mike Tomlin.
No, I think they drafted to keep Mike Tomlin with a no like a winning season record, not the goddamn playoffs. I see that now. They comfortable with where they been lately.
That don't work. The quarterback, the
they
coaches
lose.
before them won. You can have all the winning seasons you want, but if you're not winning in the playoffs, they ain't gonna keep him there.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me looking at it from a different eye. It ain't fandom. I did not see a quarterback in that draft that said, "Hey, you put him in your room, you gonna win a playoff game." I see.
But no quarterback. How is that giving you a chance?
They drafted
a quarterback. Just because everybody don't think that he is the right quarterback,
I don't even know who they drafted as a quarterback.
They drafted old boy from Ohio State. I mean, so he sucks as a quarterback because he's not flashy. He led a team. He led a team to a national championship. Delivered the ball accurately to some of the top receivers in the draft in college football.
So what you saying? He was in the Heisman race or something?
No, I didn't say he was in a Heisman race.
No, I'm just talking shit.
I didn't say he was in a Heisman race.
I didn't hear you making a case for your boy, man. You trying to make a case for your boy. Don't nobody know him.
I'm not trying to make a case for my boy.
Like I told CC, I hate Ohio State quarterback, but hey, I hate Ohio State. But this kid gonna do something nice in the league, man. He got a good strong arm. They comparing him to Josh Allen, and I don't like the dude. I mean, I don't like Ohio State, but when I look at him, he got all the Josh Allen intangibles. And he may be just the man Pittsburgh may need.
But he also could be a Caleb Williams.
He reads defenses a lot better, but you got to look at it like this too. That NFL defense read is a whole different read from a college defense.
And every quarterback that goes from college to the NFL is gonna have to adjust to that. What I'm saying is I didn't see a Jaden Daniels in the draft. I didn't see a CJ Stroud in the draft.
Let me get a pack of Newport 100 soft pack.
I didn't see those quarterbacks in the draft. So I'm of the mindset that as long as you got a quarterback that actually proved something in college, you got something to work with. That's all I'm saying. So
how you feel about old Brett, man? You like fuck Brett Favre? Not Brett Favre, but goddamn, the guy y'all waiting on. I think he gonna retire, man.
But the way I feel about Aaron Rodgers is all Aaron Rodgers does if Aaron Rodgers comes to Pittsburgh or anywhere he goes is
create drama. All those narratives are gonna come back.
God, he's a damn distraction.
Right.
Is he gonna want Paul Hackett to come to Pittsburgh? Is he gonna want this? Is he gonna want that? That's all he is.
And
I thought
you know what? I think
OC. Is that true?
I think Aaron Rodgers coming to Pittsburgh is gonna be the final nail in Mike Tomlin's casket.
That part.
I was just going to say, this shit can have it bad for something.
Yeah,
On his behalf, his part.
Excuse me, love.
I
heard.
I can say, hey, Tomlin ain't that coach. He ain't gonna go for no bullshit.
Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season, and they get Aaron Rodgers, and then he have his first losing season. Just imagine that. He never had a losing season, and then they turn around and get Aaron Rodgers, and then he got his first ever losing season now.
Hey, it's already happening because I heard that they fired. Is it true that they fired their OC today?
No.
Okay, that was a rumor.
That was a rumor.
Okay.
You know, they ain't fired. They ain't fired their OC. They're not gonna fire their OC. I'm not gonna do that.
I don't think they're gonna fire the OC because he did pretty good. That was the former head coach of the Falcons that's their OC in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pittsburgh put up a couple 400-yard games last year. That's how stagnant that offense has been.
Man,
I really
one thing
think
I can say about
quarterback than Justin Fields, though.
Huh?
I really think Pittsburgh had their quarterback in Justin Fields. They should have ran with that one.
One thing I do like about Mike Tomlin, he gives coaches additional chances, man. You remember when they fired Brian Flores from the Dolphins and stuff? Mike Tomlin immediately gave him a job, man.
Yeah, he do little honorable shit, man. You know, but he ain't no bad guy and shit. Ain't nobody saying that. But I'm just basically talking about when they throw that playoff shit at you, it throw you because Mike Tomlin is good at you. You feel like he good than that. You damn near forget this nigga ain't won a playoff game in damn near a decade. Goddamn. So here, it throw you. You like what the fuck? Hell no. So shit, cause he a good coach, man. He got a good personality, but you know it's just a team. He will a lot of people like some, do some, don't whatever. But as far as him, he a good coach. He a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
If you've been
Just ain't won no damn playoff game.
for a while, they've only had 3 coaches. Chuck Noll went out like that, where he just fizzled away, and then what's the name went out like that. He fizzled away, and then now it's just Tomlin's turn. That's all.
Yeah, Tomlin will retire before they fire him.
But you know what? Like I talked to Game, me and Game talked a little bit. Mike Tomlin, hey, it may not be bad if Mike T say, hey, he may do a Bill Belichick. I'm finna go to college, ride off into the sunset, and get paid a ton of money to coach in college, where I got complete and total control.
That way.
I run this. You never know.
You never know. But I think that Mike Tomlin walks away on his own. I don't think the Steelers are going to fire him because they're not the organization to fire coaches.
Man, you got to sit and think, man. If somebody go give Mike Tomlin $20 million to come down and coach at a Texas A&M. You tell me Mike Tomlin ain't gonna go.
Pittsburgh ain't the one to fire coaches when their coach has been white. You got a brother in there now.
Right.
Exactly. And he ain't won this long. How many of they coaches went that long without winning a playoff game too? Out of them 2-3 coaches they had. Goddamn shit. Ain't none shit. They give them playoffs.
If they were going to fire Mike Tomlin because of not winning a playoff game, they would have done it a while ago.
I mean, they feeding their narrative about it being the winning season because he's 8-8.
Yeah,
that
don't.
You know,
where else can you be 8-8 and anybody be happy with that?
Hey, baseball, you can be.
How long are you just gonna be 8-8?
Right.
How long are we just gonna let somebody be 8-8? if you owned the team, would you just allow somebody to just keep being 8-8?
That's one of them teams. That's one of them things that when Prime made that comment, talking about, some teams just don't want to win. When he didn't call no team out, like, I don't want my son going to particular teams because they don't want to win.
I don't think that's the team he was talking about.
I mean, I'm just saying he's talking about that format though. That's a format that teams are just because these asses are in the seats. I don't have to put a winner out there. 8-8 is okay.
The reality of it is that the problem is not recognizing the Big Ben situation when you needed to recognize the Big Ben situation. Because Mike Tomlin is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because Mike Tomlin is a good coach, he gets the best out of the players that he has on his roster. And
Pittsburgh has not traditionally had a lights out quarterback when they won.
Right. I'm gonna say
they've had lights out pieces.
Right. So because he gets the best out of his players, you got Big Ben still winning. I remember that one year the Steelers had a cakewalk schedule. And I looked at it and it was like, they are going to have a better record than this team actually is because the schedule was cakewalk. Yeah. And they did. And they did. Yeah. They had a great record, got into the playoffs and lost to Kansas City in the first.
And when you talk about that quarterback slide on year 2, like you got to really look at Jaden Daniels. He really played the weakest schedule last year. Now you get to play one of the strongest schedules, or you're going to have that same production.
So
I got to ask you this question. CC, was Hines Ward on both those Super Bowl winning teams for the Steelers? I know it was Santonio Holmes, but was Hines Ward on both those Super Bowl teams?
I don't remember right now. I will have to look it up.
I was curious.
I can't remember. But like what the Steelers should have done is I think more organizations need to follow the Green Bay format.
The quarterback format.
They Green Bay quarterback format.
Yeah.
More teams need to follow the Green Bay quarterback format.
Draft
a quarterback that got that ain't gonna be the Heisman Trophy winner. Draft that guy that got that potential. And you can sit him behind a veteran quarterback and allow him to develop. And they learn and develop. Like,
and then in the draft, you won't be sweating no quarterback because you got motherfuckers in the making. Y'all been building. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But see, the problem is when you take that high draft, like Tennessee is forced to play Cam Ward because of the money they finna pay him.
Right.
By going number 1. So you forced to play him right now. Now, they did it right when they drafted McNair. Even though they took McNair high, they still made McNair wait. They set him down.
So
if they do Ward that way, you can. But see, they don't have a veteran in front of them.
They're not forced to play him. They chose to draft him one, so they're going to play him.
Yes.
Yeah. But
so that's what it is. You have regardless of what anybody thought about Ben, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. You have that guy that was that guy. And then you let him start to dwindle away, and who gonna succeed him? Tomlin makes the best out of he gets the best out of the players he has, so they're never in a position to draft a high quality quarterback.
Right.
And hindsight is 2020. They could have, instead of drafting Kenny Pickett that year, they could have drafted Brock Purdy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But because they felt the pressure to draft a quarterback early, they drafted Pickett.
Hey, and you know what the crazy thing about that?
If Pickett would have been able to sit a few more seasons before you threw him to the dogs, you might have got a different outcome. It's just like when the Rams threw what's the name out there on the 1 yard line against the Niners. His career never flourished after that.
Hey man, this is my thing, man. I know. So y'all say Ben Roethlisberger, is he a Hall of Famer?
Man, look, Ben came in like Kobe, man. He came into niggas that was ready. Look who he had when he came in. Shit. I mean, you give a lot of quarterbacks what he had, them boys are ready to win. And Ben
but shouldn't you have to be a Super Bowl MVP in order to, I mean, when they won Ben's first year, Hines Ward was the Super Bowl MVP. And the second year they won, Santonio Holmes from Ohio State, CC Boy, he was the MVP that 2009 Super Bowl. So I mean,
well, who threw him the pass though?
Ben threw him. Ben was a quarterback of both of them.
I was trying
because that touchdown pass he threw to what's the name? That second one, that motherfucker was nice.
I was trying to get the People's Champ to show you what John Gruden said, but he was being a hater.
No, we ain't gonna say that about who threw it to him. When I brought that up about Shador throwing the Cub, that shit don't matter who threw it to him.
Yeah, yes, it do. Yes,
no,
it do.
I didn't.
Yes, it do. It very well matters.
No,
because
no.
Good quarterback play makes the receiver.
Hold on, gang.
That's what I thought too.
Gang. That ain't what I said. That ain't what I was saying. What I was saying is that you cannot say that about Shador and then not say that about Will Howard. Because Will Howard had receivers on his team that went in the first round of the draft.
Will Howard also had a running game.
Look, we can't help they won these games.
What I'm saying is that you gotta if you gonna say that about Shador, then you gotta say that about some of the the receivers that went top in the draft, that they had a quarterback that was getting the ball. That's the only way they was able to shine.
But how you gonna say it when you don't even know who he was? You just introduced us to him.
I don't know how you didn't know. I don't know how you didn't know who he was.
No, I'm just talking shit.
I don't know how you didn't know who he was.
Hey, it was a little quiet moment after you said his name. Motherfucker like, damn, who was that? We had to Google that nigga, but we remember him though, after we seen his face.
I'm gonna give CC the benefit of the doubt, and then we're gonna do our what the hells, and we're gonna get up out of here, man. But I'm gonna give her her little shine, her little love.
I just thought it was funny because he was comparing them to.
I'd be tripped if that nigga.
Why Will Howard? I feel like my whole career I've been overlooked.
Heavy pressure, Howard delivers downfield, and Smith, he's got it!
When I get to the NFL, every single team that picks a quarterback in front of me, I'm going to make it my mission to make sure that they regret not picking me.
How the hell do people not like you as the #1 quarterback in the draft? Who is this?
Josh Allen, man.
No, it's not. It's the MVP of the league, man.
Josh Allen.
But when I look at Joshua Allen, he went to the combine. What was he?
6'4".
What are you?
6'4".
How much did he weigh?
237.
You guys are the same size, man. 26 career rushing touchdowns. You had an 80-yard touchdown run. 71. That's like Saquon Howard. Is that awesome? I'll tell you something right here. That's first round pick right here. That's one of the great throws I've seen. See the no step? Sir. This is one of my favorite plays of the season. I mean, look at all these Irishmen come after him. God dang.
Why Will Howard? I feel like my whole career I've been overlooked.
Heavy pressure, Howard delivers downfield, and Smith, he's got it!
When I get to the NFL, Every single team that picks a quarterback in front of me, I'm going to make it my mission to make sure that they regret not picking me.
And how the hell?
Well, a lot of that falls on your ass quarterback at Ohio State. They don't traditionally produce NFL quarterbacks.
Hey man, I like his swag. He said he gonna make them motherfuckers feel him. That's what he said. Basically, he said, I'm gonna make them feel me for not picking me. I'm gonna make them feel me. Hey, I'm not mad at him.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
That's gangster. That is straight gangster, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I just know that there was a reason why the Steelers had 2 quarterbacks on their draft board. They had Shedeur and they had Will Howard.
Who took him? Yeah. Who took Will Howard?
The Steelers did.
Steelers did.
When Cleveland traded 2 picks to move up to draft to the 144th pick to draft Shedeur, the Steelers selected Will Howard with their next pick.
He did.
And I think they got a quarterback that they can develop into what they need him to be.
Right. And then he don't have the star power that Shedeur has for Aaron Rodgers to get word.
Right.
That's because Aaron Rodgers was not gonna go there if they would have took Shedeur.
Hey man.
Hey
man.
Who's the best player on y'all team?
Huh?
Who the best player on y'all team?
TJ Watt.
Damn, that man been there that long. That man is begging for a quarterback. Man, this nigga here wanna win. I know he won't.
Everybody acts like there was this slew of quarterbacks, or this plethora of free agent quarterbacks that teams like the Steelers could have went and grabbed. That was gonna make the difference.
Right. You're right.
It wasn't.
It won. You're right.
You want him to get Geno Smith? Really?
Don't got a quarterback. It's that you don't have nothing in there.
I know that you don't have nothing, but
something beats nothing.
Hey man, hey, that is a true statement, man. Hey, we're gonna go and get up out of here. Anybody got any what the hells, man?
I got a what the hell.
What is it, gang?
BP, when you gonna broadcast from church again so we can go off on you? What the hell, man? Go to church.
It would take you, gang. You would be the one that do it, dog.
What the hell, BP? Go worship the Lord and come online so we can get you.
Man, and CC, you better shut up. You better not say nothing, CC. I want to hear your mouth.
Praise Lord, praise Lord.
You get on my nerve. You know that. You straight get on my nerve. You straight.
Praise Lord.
Here go my what the hell, man. It goes out to this my boy Terry Wade, man. It was a preacher.
Oh Lord, I think I know what this is. I think you sent this to me.
Yes. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Look what the preacher said. What he gonna do when he get to heaven?
Gonna do what when we get to heaven now?
I know I'm gonna spend the first million years just fucking. Just 100%. There is no reason why I should have made it.
We gonna do what when we get to heaven now?
I know I'm gonna spend the first million years just fucking. Just 100%. There is no reason why I should have made it.
We gonna.
Man, look here. That is not heaven you gonna be in.
Hey man, hey. That was one of the crazy what the hell. But this other one, man, this will take the cake. This lady,
funeral,
she got kicked out of her baby daddy funeral who was dead because she
gonna be
kissed. No, she kissed his. She was kissing his penis while he was in the casket.
I kissed my baby daddy dick. What makes you think I'm not gonna kiss my baby daddy dick before he died? What makes you think I'm not gonna kiss my baby daddy? I mean, not before he died, but what makes you think I'm not gonna kiss my baby daddy dick before he go lay down in the grave or whatever gonna happen to him? What makes you think I ain't gonna kiss that dick so he can remember, bitch? Babe, everybody better be happy I ain't pull his pants down and start sucking on him. They kicked me out the front of the room because I kissed my baby daddy dick. What makes you think I'm not going to kiss my baby daddy dick before he died? What makes you think I'm not going to kiss my baby daddy? I mean, not before he died, but what makes you think I'm not going to kiss my baby daddy dick before he go lay down in the grave? Or whatever going to happen to him? What makes you think I ain't...
Man,
Hey.
I'd have knocked your ass out.
That's disrespectful to the dead.
Man, I would have knocked their ass clean
Hey,
out.
man.
Right there at the funeral.
Hey, some nigga, hey, look though. Some nigga request that. My nigga say, let every girl that I know kiss me from my head to my toe. You heard me? Hey, man. Hey, girl. Girl,
Wes,
I
go
told
on.
her that. I don't know. That's crazy, man.
dog.
That is disrespectful, bro.
And this is my last what the hell. And I want to know if y'all will do this.
I got one for you. Go ahead.
Tell me if y'all would do this. Zip lining in Florida over an alligator swamp.
Nigga, please.
I can say with confidence when the meeting came about for making this zip line, common sense didn't attend, okay? This isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when it does, somebody's family is going to be scarred for life. But see, this is the crazy part. Think about it from the alligator's point of view, right? Dude going down the zip line, he probably like, see you later, alligator. They're like, after a while, crocodile. And after a while. And in other news, a local Florida man has died.
Hey, man, you see all these gators in there, man? Would you?
Yeah, this man, y'all, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Ain't
one of them
no
sliding
way.
on it like, I'm going to catch me one zip lining over and jump up and grab.
One day that zip line cable gonna be hanging low. It's gonna be right there in that alligator wheelhouse. Because alligators can jump. People don't
You
realize
feel me?
that. They can jump. Hey man, you couldn't pay me all the money. Hey, would you do that for $1 million?
Nope.
Yeah, give me that money.
You do it for $1 million, gang?
Give me that bread.
Nope.
Wes, would you?
You
Wes, would you
long
do it for $1 million?
Hell no, gang, you long too. You gonna be your leg gonna be right there at the water.
Hell no, I'm 5'9", 140 pounds. My shit gonna be up. I'll go
No,
right across.
I'm already where not the zip line can hold my fucking behind. Absolutely not.
Oh man, you know I can't do it, man. Hey, I'd be alligator bait. Hell no.
No.
Me and Coach Corey be dead man walking, baby.
That's what I'm
on the psychological.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Chip. Play mine. That was my what the hell.
I can say what.
Hey man, like he say, man, I can say with confidence, it's gonna happen. That zip line cable is gonna break a bit. Hey, West 10, you said it best. It's a matter of when that damn cable breaks. Because we know it's gonna break.
Good, you gotta follow that, man, because that shit going, why? We gonna see that shit in a couple of days.
It's gonna happen.
Come up out that water with a fresh pair of gators on.
They really think,
real quick.
Cause they really think all them alligators ain't right there together, just playing and goddamn it. They already, man, they playing. They know somebody gonna fuck up real soon. Somebody gonna fuck up.
Somebody ain't gonna hold their legs up. They just gonna keep them down and just gonna jump up and grab them motherfuckers. Gotcha.
Hey man, this is why we ain't going zip lining.
Man,
For real though.
Look at that.
You ain't got the sound on?
Y'all don't have the sound?
Wow.
I mean,
no fans.
They had to call 2, 3 motherfuckers to push this motherfucker in the water. Shinzo.
My life be like,
Damn, what did they get? God damn.
Hey man.
Are you okay?
God damn, what that motherfucker is, bro?
Got stuck. Oh my life.
Hey man, that's too much force, dog. I'm sorry. That's too much force, man. That's not gonna be good, man. That's too much. That's too much force going down there at.
That's why, like you said, that's why me, you, we ain't zip lining. I ain't getting on one of them dang on slides. No.
I don't.
Hey man,
Hey, that's shit I get. If I see that type of slide, I'm on that bitch.
Let that be the reason
I
we
like
ain't zip
slide
lining.
anyway.
Right.
I don't know which one was the worst, man. Big dog coming off the inner tube, the zip lining alligator, the girl giving a guy head, kissing his thing at the funeral, or the preacher saying when he get to heaven, he gonna be fucking for the first 1,000,000 years.
You know,
I don't know which one worse, man.
I'm gonna go with the preacher.
Hey man, yes, that nigga going to hell. That nigga
The
going
preacher say he's trying. Preacher say, you know what I'm doing all year? I'm finna lay hands on somebody. I'm trying to rack all. I'm trying to rack all year.
At that point, you knew he wasn't dealing with the spirit; he was dealing with the body.
Yes, that was all flesh.
Sister Jones,
hey,
let me lay hands on you, Sister Jones.
He say the first 1,000,000 years. He say the first 1,000,000 years he gonna be.
Oh,
hey man, come on, preacher man. What the hell?
Hey, champ.
What?
It ain't looking too good for y'all tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
we go. It's still in reach though. It's still out of reach yet though.
It's still early. It's still early. See, it's still early, baby.
I heard a preacher say one time, when he get to heaven, if God wanted him to be gay, it'll be okay. I was like, nigga, you on your own with that God. I'm not going with you.
You got to ride that plane solo, baby. I'm not going with you.
You're by yourself, sir. You are so by yourself, sir.
Hey man, great episode, man. Tune in this weekend, rest of the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs still kicking in full force. Boxing match coming on. You got a little boxing match this weekend. What's my boy name? Rolly Ramirez and what's the one that beat what's his name? That idiot, man. He's a clown, man. What is that clown's name, man? Ryan Garcia and Romero fighting this weekend, man. And if y'all know, Ryan Garcia was the one, he was connected. I mean, he was close with Dion and Shador and them until he said the nigger word and stuff, man. And Dion and Shador and them kind of distanced themselves away from him and stuff, man. So they fighting this Saturday in New York City. Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, man. This weekend in New York City. So it's a big boxing match coming on. Hey man, for the crew, man, we out of here, man. Check us out on Tuesday. Peace out.
Yeah.